This episode of Beyond the Witching Hour contains content that some listeners may find disturbing or uncomfortable. For a full list of content warnings, please check the show notes below. Listener discretion is advised.
It's around 4 p.m. in Gillet. The large concrete wall surrounding the small village topped with barbed wire, an ever-present reminder of the conflict across the sea. In just eye shot, you can see the large military base of the rival country, of Revelin. Mason as a country has been locked in this conflict for more than 10 years. Gillet itself, once a humble fishing village, has turned into the most important strategic location the war has ever seen. No one comes in, no one leaves. All of you are residents of this town. For better or for worse, you're stuck here. First, we come to Cyrus. Cyrus, on an average day, what do you think you would be doing around it's getting close to winter time, so sundown, around 4 to 5 p.m. How do you think you would unwind during your day?
I feel that Cyrus would be at the local watering hole trying to find some form or some way of just drinking away his thoughts and problems and memories.
So there is a single tavern in Gillet. It is not busy. It's never busy because there's not too many people in this town, but it is frequented by soldiers and citizens alike. And while you're sitting there, I'd say you found a table back way in the corner, just tucking away your feelings in the dark shadows of a lantern light. As you're sitting there, you constantly feel the gazes of other patrons, other Gillet natives. You just feel their glances. It doesn't matter how long you've been here, they still look. Some mixed with fear, some mixed with curiosity, but they always are looking. After a while, you notice a disgruntled gentleman, an older fisherman. You can tell by his long leather overalls and tattered white shirt and the small blisters that pock his face from constantly being within the salt water. Where he walks over to your table, not quite right up to your table. He looks at you for a minute, swaying slightly. He reeks of booze. And he spits on your table. Fucking traitor. And walks away.
All I can do is just stare and just kind of I don't want to draw any more attention I've already got, but I slowly put my hand that is very heavily bandaged under the table.
He walks away. Even through his drunken stupor, he can tell you're probably stronger than, despite somebody fishing his whole life. He probably knows what you are and he knows his limits, so he walks away fairly quickly. And you're there in the bar to contemplate every decision you've ever made that has led you to this town. And we're going to jump to G. I would imagine Marin is in her shop, closing up for the day, when she hears a knock on the door. G, quickly, would you like to describe what the inside of the shop looks like?
Yeah, I think the inside of the shop is completely littered with all sorts of items you'd find from either the forests or the sea, and various different balms and tinctures and charms just everywhere. It's not organized in any sort of way. It's just kind of things are shoved up there, but Mara knows exactly where everything is if anybody asks for something specific.
You hear a knock on the door. You've already locked up for tonight, but you hear a knock on the door. It's a soft knock, it's not a threatening one. Would you answer the door for this person?
Yeah, I think I would. I would head over, and I think there would be like a little curtain on the window on the door, and she would little peek as to who's there.
You see a woman at the door. She looks to be in her mid-50s. She has a scarf wrapped around her head and a large shawl wrapped around her, and she looks up to the window where you're looking out, and she gives a small wave and a point as if she wants to come in for a moment.
Yeah, I'll unlock the door and I'll open it.
You've never seen this woman before. You've seen her through town, but you've never exactly made her acquaintance before. And as you open the door, she kind of peeks in. She's never been in here before, so she kind of peeks in and takes in what the shop looks like for a moment. She says, "Hello. I know it's late and it seems you've closed, but I had a favor, if I could ask."
Of course. Come on, you must be cold. Come on in, and I'll open the door more and kind of usher her in.
Thank you. Tomorrow, they're conscripting soldiers from the village again. They're taking my son. I heard you have something that protects people when they leave. I was hoping I could have something to give him before he goes.
Of course, absolutely. I'm so sorry that they're taking your son. But look, here, stay there a second, and she'll run off and she'll grab a couple of things off the shelf, and it's namely a small piece of driftwood that loosely looks like it's been kind of chiseled into a small person figure, maybe like an inch big, and around it she wraps kind of fishing wire and a little bit of coral. She takes a second as she utters some very, very quiet words over it, and then she'll walk over to this lady and she'll place it in her hands and cup the lady's hands.
Thank you. Do I have to do anything? Do I just give it to him?
Yes. Just make sure that he has this on him at all times. Okay, if he tucks it into his armor or he attaches it to his belt, anything, just make sure he has it on him at all times.
Thank you. And she puts it in a pocket, and then she goes into another pocket and pulls out what looks to be a small mix of like copper and a few silver coins, and she starts counting through. How much do I owe you?
Oh, please don't worry. It's the least I can do for your son being so brave.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
And she slowly walks out of the shop and back out into the cold. Cad, we come to you. For you, for this night, considering you're such a helpful and benevolent person in this town, well known in the town as someone who helps with any odd jobs they have to, I would have imagined at the beginning of this day, Raphael, the head of the fishing guild in Gillet, would have asked you if you had some time to spare in the evening to haul some of the fish that had been collected during the day back to shore to be prepped.
Yeah, Raphael, I mean, I've already finished my catch for the day. Might as well add a few pounds more.
Good. There. And he's pointing in just a complete general regular direction, and he just wants you to know where to put it. There's like a few tables, there's barrels of fish, there's a board where fish is being cut, and he's just like, he's still hauling things, just like, there. Thank you, Cad, there.
Now, Raphael, we've talked about this. You gotta give better direction.
Table!
There's two, Raphael. There's two tables.
Cutting table.
Thank you. Sorry, I raised my voice, Raphael.
It's fine, thank you. You're good for this day. You can go home.
After I put the fish on the cutting table?
Yes, after you put the fish.
And he walks over and he heaves this bag of fish, or tries to heave it on his shoulders. Not sure how big it is. If it's too big, he's just gonna drag it.
It's like 50 pounds of fish. It's like 50 pounds of it. And it doesn't stink yet because it's new fish, like it's fresh fish. So it doesn't stink yet, but it's like 50 pounds of fish.
Yeah, he just cradles it in his arms, walks over to the table, drops it.
How do you think you would unwind your day, Cad?
I think he unwinds, funny enough, by cleaning fish. I think it's a very mindless task for him. He doesn't have to think about it, and it still helps the people of his town. I think he struggles with unwinding in ways that are not helpful.
And as you're there cutting fish, I'd imagine you'd do it in the public market where everyone else is cutting fish.
Yeah.
You see periodic people walk by. You see Clarice, who is the head of the medical facility here in town, the sort of makeshift medical facility that's been put up to tend to soldiers. You see her walk. You see she's struggling with like mountains of medication, but she's walking very fast through town. She's like, "Hi, Cad. How are you?"
Hey, Clarissa, do you need any help? I'm on my free time right now.
No, have to go. Thank you. I'll see you later.
Yeah, sure.
You see Kaziak walk by, who is with two other soldiers, and he's telling one of his usual stories that he tells these soldiers when... Kaziak is an older soldier. He's in his late 40s, which is pretty old for a soldier these days. To make it that long is very impressive as a soldier, especially in this war that's lasted 10 years. And you see him telling these absolutely exaggerated stories about why he joined the army and what he's been doing when he's put on leave and all these things. And he yells across the road to you. Cad knows. Cad, come here. Let me tell you. Come join the story.
I think, but as he saw him walking, he tried to really take his large frame and kind of hide, or try to make himself as small as possible as he's cleaning fish. Just shit. Oh yeah, whatever he said is super true.
He's busy, but I told you. See, I told you what happened. As they continue walking.
Sigh of relief. He just does not want to be involved in these conversations.
Ranier, what do you think you'd be doing on this night?
Ranier would honestly be doing the same thing he does every night. He would just be reading his books. He would be in his mother's study, kind of going through everything that he's already gone through 1,000,000 times, finding new little things to focus on.
And as you scroll through these books, whether it be the cold setting in, the strange bustling about town that usually isn't happening. It usually happens around the break of winter to make sure there's enough provisions ready, but the town feels more lively than usual. And I think in this moment, as you're scrolling through the text you've looked a million times, you have a slight breakthrough that you haven't seen before. You notice once, whether it be a small magical equation that you haven't seen before, a translation that you haven't quite cracked before, you have a little spark go off in your mind of, I just found something new. A million times I've looked at it and I just found something new. How does that make Ranier feel?
It definitely would be this puzzle-solving moment. He would look down, look back up at the scattered books around him, and just... Wait, this'll absolutely solve. And then he'll just rant and rant and rant to himself. He won't really actually connect too much from it. It'll probably just solve this little symptom of a potion that he's been working on, if he's been trying to get this little health potion going. But it'll mean the entire week, entire month has been worth it.
And we come to the end of the day. All of you find your beds, wherever they may be, and you get ready to lay your heads down for the night. It's a usual, not an unusual phenomenon for everyone to lay there for a moment and almost brace themselves for the impending distant explosions you will hear across the water. Gillet's dock, while lined with small fishing boats, is lined with a significant number of destroyer-class ships that guard the waterfront. And when night comes, those ships go out to sea because it is a battle of advantages to fight at night in naval combat. So you all put your heads down and brace for the impending explosions. You hear the ripping water as the large destroyers push out from the dock. A few minutes go by. And tonight you hear nothing. There is not a single sound from the water. This is the first quiet night in Gillet in almost 10 years. And while that usually would make an aura of peace take over the town, you can feel the anxiousness in all of you as each of you drift off to sleep. And each of you dream. Each of you dream a very vivid dream. Cyrus, you have a dream of yourself back in Ravelin. A soldier. A proud soldier of Ravelin. Walking through the streets. You hear the cheers of the citizens. You watch as the automobiles go by, and you see the magically enhanced screens akin to television as you walk through the streets, so proud of what your country has produced, so proud of what you're doing here, as you're ready to leave and show the rest of the world how wonderful this country is. And almost like a static-like TV screen, your vision changes. The whole scene changes from a proud street to the entire country burning. Fires set everywhere, charred corpses littering the streets. How do you feel in this moment?
Cyrus is in disbelief, but also I feel there's a touch of denial. Like this can't be. This isn't happening. No. Like just like no, this isn't real. Like trying to like force it away.
And as that overwhelming feeling of disbelief happens, it's almost if your body involuntarily tries to run away from what you see in front of you. You turn around, and inches away from you, you see yourself burning. A vision of yourself, perfectly mirrored, blistered skin on fire, and you wake up. G, we come to your dream. You're a child. You're a child going through the forests, foraging with your parents. Far off in your home country. This is an average day. This is a happy day. This is the life you've lived, and you feel absolutely content. And much like Cyrus's vision, it changes rapidly, but less dramatically this time. You're following your parents through the forest. And for you, in those rapid changes of scenery, your parents are there, then they're gone. Then they're there, in different locations, then gone. Rapidly. And you hear a sound, like a and you look to your left, and you see an impossibly high wave approaching. There is nowhere near enough water close to here to warrant this wave, and it is a tsunami like you could not believe. And you see both your parents standing directly in the path of it. How do you feel?
I feel scared, obviously. And I think somewhat betrayed by the forest, a place of safety and a place of protection to Marin. But I think it is overwhelmed by just that panic that no matter how loud she screams, the sound of the water will probably drown out anything she could say to get her parents to move.
And as you feel that, the massive wave, with unbelievable speed, crashes into you and your family. And you wake up. Cad, we come to you. You're also spending a day with your parents. They have just come back from a tour of duty in the war. In a wordless exchange, you see each other and you embrace. You sit at a dinner table, eating, enjoying food, talking about stories. While life is fleeting, it's a win today because they made it back home. And your vision flashes. Your vision flashes from this humble dining room to standing on a road with both of your parents' backs to you as they are walking away. And the scene of your parents changes over and over again. You watch as they walk away. You see them in motion, then they are bloody bodies on the ground. They're back up standing, looking back, waving at you. Take care of the house! Corpses, once again. How do you feel?
He feels defeated. And he was not very old by the time they passed, so I think in his mind, if he were awake, he would know there's nothing he could have done differently, but in this moment, he feels that this was his fault. What could he have said differently? What could he have done differently to not let them go again? And is just screaming.
And through that scream, you wake up. Ranier, you, as you are, while you're awake, are dreaming of studying. You're in your study, studying with your mother. It's a usual scene. Flicking through the books and chatting back and forth with your mother about new discoveries you've made. When the scene changes for you as well. You're in this study with your mother, and then it changes. Not a single book in sight. Every shelf is empty. There's nothing in this room. The tables and chairs are knocked over. It is dusty. And you hear something from outside. You hear muffled yelling. Something you can't understand. And then you hear a gunshot. What do you do?
Ranier would have this frenzied panic, this no. Trying to run out of the door. Slamming himself into it at first, just clumsily trying to get out of there as fast as possible, closer to the screams, closer to the shop.
The door will not open.
Just throwing his fists, throwing himself, just sobbing, screaming. Please, I need to get out there. He would be looking around the room as if there was anything to help him. But he would just throw himself repeatedly. There was nothing to help.
And in that futility, you wake up.
Again.
Each of you do not find yourselves in your bed. You are all directly in front of the south gate of Gelée. All of you are shocked awake, laying on the hard cobblestone street. It is still nighttime, but a red moon blankets the entirety of Gelée. You find yourself surrounded by what looks to be some kind of occult ritual circle. I would like anybody who is familiar with the occult to make a knowledge check for me. This is going to be a DC 15.
I got exactly a 15. Wait, is that a 15 or is that 6? Or that is a 9, so that's a 19 minus 1. So 18 with hope.
Okay, mark that hope off on your character sheet.
I got a 20 with hope.
Okay, mark that hope off as well.
This is the 2d12.
2d12, yes.
I got a 7 with hope.
Okay. Cyrus and Marin, as you pull yourselves up and are looking at the ground because it's the first thing within your sights, you know that this is blood magic. and you know that it is blood magic associated with sacrifice. And because you both rolled with hope, you can manage to decipher that it is not just blood magic associated with sacrifice, but blood magic associated with massive sacrifice. And as that sets in, and it's the first thing you see, you look around and you noticed for a sec you're in the south gate. There's 2 gates out of Gelée. There's the south gate and the northwest gate. They're very far from each other. They're intentionally very far from each other. So it is not so advantageous if Gelée would be attacked from the ground to get in. And you look at the gate, and there is a mountain of bodies blocking the gate. Dozens of bodies from ground to the top of the wall blocking this gate. And it is just the 4 of you.
I mean, like, Marin, what are you do? Marin, what are you doing here? What happened?
Cyrus? I don't know. That I was just asleep, and I had a terrible nightmare. I don't remember leaving my shop. Ranier, are you okay? Darling, are you okay?
What? Where is this? Marin?
I'm here. I'm here, Ranier. Don't worry. Oh God. Does anybody know what is happening right now?
Just so many bodies.
This can't be good. This can't be good.
And I feel like Cyrus gonna look at Cad and I feel like I've seen Cad around, or
I think everyone's seen Cat around.
everyone's seen Cad. I feel like just, and same deal with you too.
I think Cad would have walked towards this mountain of bodies and started looking to see if he recognizes any of them before responding.
The bodies they're not unrecognizable, but due to the massive amount of blood that has soaked through all of them, and that's the strange thing, they're not physically damaged. Like, you don't see stab wounds or anything or gunshots. They're just all covered in blood and stacked on top of each other. I would imagine that one of the ones that you can identify within this stack is Drana, who used to run a foster home for children who lost their parents because of the war. That is the one body you can recognize immediately.
He immediately tries to grab the body and pull it out. They can't stay like this. We can't let him be here like this.
I run over like, I don't think we have a choice. There's a lot happening right now, and not just the bodies.
Cad, make me a strength check. I'm gonna say a DC 16 for this.
So I roll with 2d12?
2d12 and then whatever modifier your strength has.
Ooh. I got a 13 with hope.
A 13 with hope. So
I can only add a +2. I rolled 11. I was as close as I think I could possibly be.
With 2d12?
Oh! I forgot I added. I rolled
it's
a natural
2d12
1 on the other one. Yeah,
it's
gotcha.
2d12 together.
13, 15.
15, close. But you failed, but you failed with hope, so make sure you mark your hope off.
Oh. No, mine. Yeah, nope. I was seeing if I could add something to it. I don't think I can.
Hold on, am I doing that wrong? If you fail with hope, do you still gain a hope? I think you do, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe you do, yes.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. I'm prepared. So, Cad, you're not quite able to fully pull her out of the pile. But you are able to just get her, like, her upper half out. And if somebody was willing to help you, you definitely could finish getting her out of there. But I think you would know pretty quickly that this is a almost impossible task.
He knows that. He's not dumb. He knows that it's an impossible task. But in this moment, he is just overcome with grief. And he's like, I know there's more to do, but we just can't leave them here. At least not her.
Cyrus looks over to Marin. It's like, Marin, do you have any idea? I recognize the blood magic, but like any clue, any inkling?
I mean, from what I know, and I don't do this sort of thing. It's something to do with like a sacrifice of some sort, like a mass sacrifice. Cad, I'm sorry, I don't think we can stay here. We have to move. We can't. There's nothing I can do to help them.
As you're saying this, as you see the large pile of bodies in the wall that you're all looking at this point, and there's the cobblestone street behind you that runs along. You can see if you would move farther down to the right, you would enter the docks where all the fishing ships are. Most of them now crumbled and destroyed piles of driftwood in the dock. The smell of salt water and iron is overwhelming to you all. And you look down the cobblestone street, and the only sign of life you see is a black horned goat staring at you. A piercing, unnerving gaze staring at you. I would like everyone to roll 2d12 and tell me what you get. This is going to be a DC 12.
Are we adding
16
anything to this?
with
I missed
hope.
that part.
No, you are not adding anything.
Heard.
This will be separate from fear and hope. There will be no fear and hope in this. It's just a straight roll.
I got
16.
I got a 15.
Got a 10.
So, Ranier, as you're looking at this goat with its piercing, unnerving gaze, you incur 1 point of stress. So mark that off on your character sheet. Do any of you do anything with the goat? It's about 20 feet away from you.
I look at Cad and I guess, do you know whose goat that is? And like also asking Jinx too, as the like knowing like two locals. Like,
Yeah, I think I recollect. Have I seen this goat before?
You've never seen this goat before.
No.
There's like 4 goats in Gelée because they can't really keep large herds of goats inside of Gelée. So there's like 4 goats in Gelée, and this is not one of them that you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not John, Paul, Ringo, or the other one.
Yep, exactly.
And Rainier would just like, after looking up, just jolt his head back down and go back to just not talking, kind of looking at the ground, a bit despondent.
You watch as the goat slowly turns around, and in front of you, how the street is it goes forward and then makes a sharp left down into the rest of the town. You watch as the goat slowly starts walking away. Just, you hear its hooves clap on the street as it starts to turn the corner away.
Well, if we can't stay here, should we follow the goat?
do we have our like inventory and like weapons and stuff on us?
Yes,
Okay.
you have everything that you would start with. It's as almost if when you were put here, any weapons that you would have had were scattered around with you. Any of your personal belongings were put here.
Then I would like to, before we leave, walk back over the body, take out a torch, and as most as possible give a funeral rite.
Okay. You have the ability to do that. I would say for this, I'm going to have you make, because it's your own personal resolve that's doing that, make a presence check for me. Make a presence check for me. It's going to be a pretty low DC. I'm going to say a 10. Just to make sure you yourself feel happy with the funeral rite you've performed.
17.
Yeah. Did you roll it with hope or fear?
Hope.
Hope.
Rolled max
Okay.
hope.
Wow, nice. So mark that hope off. So yeah, you're very satisfied with this. You feel as though if this is all you can do, then it is the best you can do. Do you follow the goat?
I look to the others to see what we want to do. He laid it out that, hey, do we want to follow the goat? And then lets the others.
Do we
Of
know
course.
the goat is going in the direction of the other gate out?
Yes.
Okay. I suppose we have to if we want to get to the other gate, and I don't think we should stay in the walls. I don't think anyone's gonna stop us right now.
Do we see that the goat had like a negative effect on Ranier?
I think you would notice, yeah, I mean, it was a visceral reaction to a simple goat, but also everything else that's going on is causing a pretty visceral reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the goat is strange. The goat's very strange. So yeah, I think you would at least see, beyond everything else that's going on, that the goat particularly was, ooh, that was a lot from a goat.
I want to I want to ask Ranier, like, what happened with that goat? What's going on there?
Rainier is just looking in the direction of the goat and saying, we need to go. That's where we have to go.
It seemed like that goat may cause harm, so I'm not keen to follow something right into danger. I'm going to need a little bit more than that, then we have to go.
We need to follow the goat.
It's the way to the other exit out of here, that we've got no choice but to follow it, even if we're not necessarily following it.
I'm just saying, Revelin wasn't too far out. Maybe someone will come through and clean up this mess.
As you're saying this, the blood that's soaking the pile of bodies starts to leak out and cover the ground. And you can see that it is steaming. And you watch as it first touches the cobblestones. It is melting the cobblestones as it moves towards you. Slowly, but it's moving towards you.
We've got to go. We can't. And I think Marin will put her hand on Rainier's shoulder and kind of start moving them in that direction.
I think I'll help and kind of like put an arm over her shoulder if I need to.
Are we moving down the street?
I believe we're moving down the street.
Yes.
So,
Okay. So you walk about 50 feet past the docks and see the shattered boats. And you turn the corner. You turn this corner into the market square. It is a small street that then opens up into a large village plaza where there are food, like market stalls and some crafts and everything that people use here to make a living. And as you turn the corner, there's a statue in the middle of Gelée. There's a statue of the founder of Gelée, who is a man who is standing with a large fishing net over his shoulder and a fishing spear in his hand in the center of the market district. And you see the goat is now standing on top of the head of this statue. The goat looks down at you, and as this happens, again, multiple piles of bodies dotted in this market square. You see limbs pushing themselves out of these piles of bodies. You see 4 of them from 4 piles of bodies, these grotesque creatures. It's an amalgamation of flesh and blood and bone that is so far from what a human could be, you can't even recognize that it's what it's made of. They're not massive. They're about the size of a human, but they start pushing their way out of these bodies. And as they fully push their way out, they stand there for a moment. They don't do anything. And the goat locks eyes with all of you, and all 4 of their heads look directly at you as they charge you. For this, I'm going to put the spotlight starting on Cad.
Yeah, a Cad immediately steps in front of the others with his tower shield, pulls out the spear, and kind of gets in a ready stance. He holds it like a fisherman, so not like a warrior who's with a spear where it's kind of underarm. He has it over his arm ready to stab downward. He just takes up a defensive position, setting up for this group behind him as a wall.
So as that happens, we're going to come to the first flesh abomination. This flesh abomination, its legs are whole, so it's able to make a full sprint directly at you, Cad.
Okay.
And the top of its body is bulbous. It only has 1 arm, but its arm is it's almost like a lobster claw of arms with bones protruding out in between like a large pincer. And this creature is going to slam its claw into your tower shield.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have you start by making me a strength check to see if you can hold this creature back.
11, 15, 17. With hope.
That was just the one. That was the DC that I set on it, was a 17.
Let's go.
So you're able to hold this creature back as its claws snap around each side of your tower shield. You see the bones, they almost hit on either side, so you have it locked for a second. It is your turn to make an action. What would you like to do?
So feeling him lock both sides of the tower shield, I would like to twist it, force it into the ground to give me an opening to stab with the spear.
Okay. Make an attack with your weapon.
9, 10, 11. Oh, it's a D8. Sorry. Right? I attack with my damage dice.
No, the damage dice is different from. So you're doing 2d12 for the attack.
Okay, then I did do it
2d12
right.
for the attack.
9, 10, 11 plus strength. 12. 13. Sorry, 13.
Okay. So, yeah, with a 12, you hit it. Did you roll it with hope or fear?
Fear.
You rolled it with fear. That gives me a fear. So, you are able to hit it, so you can roll your damage dice.
Okay. I have to, since I'm Seaborn, I rolled with fear, so I get to place a token to add 1 to an action roll later on.
Okay.
I can only stack those up to 1 at level 1. 5 damage.
5 damage? Okay. You feel as you sink this spear deep within this mass of flesh. And you feel it. You feel like this thing is... It is an abomination, but it's still flesh and blood. And you can feel as you do that, you can like feel its strength weaken. You feel its legs weaken a bit, but it's still latched on to the shield.
So when I drove, so with Daggerheart, we're not you can do as many things as you can, right? There's not a
Yeah,
limit.
within reason.
Right. So
Within
when
reason.
I twisted the shield and slammed it into the ground, since he had pincers on both sides, would I be able to do my tower shield damage as well as you slam a panzer into the ground?
Yeah, sure. Roll your tower shield damage. I'd say if it's like a singular combo kind of attack, you can do that.
5 damage with the shield.
Okay. So, first, as you slam the shield down and do a significant amount of damage to its arms, you can see an unnatural amount of blood pour out of this thing. And as you drive the spear into its front, but you feel its legs go weak and limp, and it falls into like a squelch on the ground, just as the entirety of it crumples beneath you.
If it bleeds, it can die.
All right.
That's all I do currently. Still holding the
All right.
shield defensively.
Mm-hmm. So, one of the other creatures, this one has no legs. It has like 6 arms. It almost looks like a centipede of meat. And you see as this one is crawling along the side of the house to everyone's left. And this one is going to dive down at Cyrus. It has it pushed off with 2 of its arms, and it's diving down with 4 arms at you. So I'm going to make an attack roll for it. So that is a 12.
Beat my evasion by 1 point.
Okay. So we are going to roll a d6 plus 2 damage. Are you able to do something?
I was
If you're
gonna
able to do
ask,
something.
like, would you say that counted as a range? No, it's not. No, because like
Now-
he's counting on me.
Now, would you say that Cyrus is very close to Cad?
I mean, I would say, if Cyrus would have positioned himself close to Cad, then yes.
I feel like Cyrus was like kind of like trailing behind you guys a bit, because like he didn't want to leave like from the get go. He wanted to kind of like stay put, so he's like kind of trailing behind.
All right, so this is going to be a d6 plus 2. Oh, that is a 1. So you would take 3 damage wherever that falls on your
Gotcha. So that
damage
is
thresholds.
that's minor damage. So I lose 1 hit point.
You lose 1 hit point. Now, Cyrus, as this creature has just pounced on you, it grabbed you with its 2 front arms on your shoulders and then drove 2 fists down into your midsection. What are you doing?
I am going to attempt to I just want to like, I guess Cyrus just wants to like push it off, just like throw it off of him.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check for me.
That is a 24 with hope.
Yeah, that thing went flying. That thing went flying. I would say if you were farther back, you threw it to it now being behind Cad.
Gotcha. I now, if I'm able to, I want to now like pull out my gun and shoot it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. You were just throwing it off, so you definitely can pull out your gun and shoot it.
No, I want to shoot it. And that is finesse, and I also want to spend a hope and use my experience of war as my shackles to add to that, because I have waged war, so I'm going to spend a hope for that. So I'm going to add 2 to that roll.
Okay.
Not too good. With fear, yikes. So I got a 14 with fear.
Okay, you do hit it. Where do you hit this creature?
Cyrus just wants to hit it, not aiming precisely, but just wants like its bullet to hit the thing, and that's
Okay,
going
roll.
to be.
Yeah, let's see how much damage.
That is 3 damage from the gun.
Okay, you see it sink into the side of this creature, and as it sinks into the side of this creature, you might have hit a nerve or something, and one of its arms goes limp, so it has lost access to one of its 6 arms. The other two creatures, they're pretty lumbering, pretty slow. So we're going to come to Ranier. Ranier, what would you like to do in this situation?
Into this situation, his hand was just twitching at his side where his Luger is. But kind of seeing everything coming together, I think that he's able to sort of get his mind straight, at least long enough. And he would, with his great staff, attack the I guess closest of the big lumbering creatures.
Okay, so yeah, you see the closest of the lumbering creatures. It's actually, the reason why it's lumbering is because its body is still generally human, but its head is humongous. Like, it's just this, it's almost like it has like matted pieces of bone stuck to it, and it's walking and dragging its head on the ground to its side. So I would say you're going for that one right now.
Yeah, we'll go for that one.
Okay, so make your great staff attack.
All right. It's going to be a 22 with hope.
Oh yeah, you hit that thing.
All right. And then it's going to be, I think, 3 damage.
Okay, so as you blast this, what does the attack look like? What does the attack look like as you blast this creature with your great staff?
I definitely think it would kind of just be this beam of light.
Yeah, so as this beam of light shoots towards this creature, I would say you hit it directly in its head weapon, and it hits its head and almost knocks it back farther. It like rolls on the ground like a tetherball. So now it's walking with its whole body backwards, dragging its head. It hurt. It looked like it hurt. Pieces of bone flew off. And I would say at this time, the last creature we haven't seen yet, it notices, it almost has this like feral instinct that it's losing, that it and its brethren are losing this fight. And its arms are these almost like little whippy pieces of flesh. So it pushes itself up off its legs onto these like 8 whippy pieces of flesh, and almost like a spider, like flies up to Ranier after it sees it hit that other creature, and it's going to attempt to grab and restrain you with its 8 tendrils. So I'm going to have you make a strength check versus its strength check.
Critical success. Double 7s.
Ooh.
All right, well, that it doesn't matter what it rolled, so that is a hope for you as well. That mark a hope off for that. So it attempts to grab you, and as it goes to reach, what do you do?
I think it would... Excuse me. I think Ranier, he would kind of just put his staff in front of his face in a really quick motion. And with that, just sort of throw it to the side, to his left.
Okay, and I'm going to say, because you got a critical success, this thing bats to the ground and is on the ground prone for a second. I'm going to let you get a free attack on that if you want to.
Yeah, I definitely think that sets him up for a pretty good attack, so we'll attack with my great staff. It's going to be a 19 with hope.
Yep, you got it. Go ahead for damage.
It's going to be a 5.
A 5? Okay, this was the weakest one. So as you throw it to the side, it bats to the ground and hits its back against the stone base of a house that's right next to it, and you fire this blast off directly into its face as it splatters across the stone base of this house. We are now going to come to Marin.
As this is all happening and the fully capable fighters of this group are dealing their attacks, I would like to spend a hope, if possible, to use my experience, the witch in the woods, to potentially do maybe like a knowledge roll on this goat to see if the goat is what's heading this up, or if dealing with the goat will deal with this whole situation quicker than just dealing with whatever keeps coming out of these mounds of bodies.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got 14 with hope.
Okay, so the DC was 15 on this. The DC was 15 on this, but you failed with hope. So I don't think you can fully gather that this is the source of it. There's too much going on, the ritual circle, and I mean, as far as this thing is right now, while it is odd, it's a goat. But you're able to pull enough information from it to be like, I can't rule that goat out as not the source of what's going on. And you are still free to make another action if you wish.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think I will then. I think the goat has me concerned. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast the spell Voice of Dread. Basically means that I can magically speak directly into the ears of a creature I can see. So I can see the goat. It doesn't have to be close to me. And to torment them with my words, I need to make a spellcasting roll against them. And on a success, they mark a stress and become temporarily vulnerable. So, spellcast roll. Right, that is a 20 with fear.
Okay, so I will mark that I gained a fear. And as you do that, you see the goat. Do you roll damage on that?
No, so they mark a stress and they
Okay.
become temporarily vulnerable.
Okay, so you see as you do this, the goat is almost like as shocked as a goat could be that you were attempting to do something to it. The goat is hit with this mental assault, and it looks up at the sky, it slowly opens its mouth, and you hear hundreds of human screams come out of the goat's mouth. And in that, it pierces all of your ears. No damage taken, but it pierces all of your ears, and you all have to wince away for a second, and as you look up, the goat's gone. But doing that, you notice that it seems like the remaining two creatures almost seem like they don't really know what to do with their bodies anymore. They don't really understand their own mutilated anatomy anymore. So you see the centipede-like one on the ground, it like doesn't understand that it was using its arms as its legs, so it starts just grasping at anything that it can. And the one where its head was like a club, it falls to the ground and almost tries to use its arms to like pull its own head along. These things are pretty out of commission. At this point. I would say how each of you want to, you can finish them off how you choose.
Cad would walk over to the closest one and just take his spear, flip it around, and stab it through.
Yeah, so that would be the centipede one. So you drive your spear down into the centipede-like one, and it twitches violently and then just ceases motion.
Cyrus will take his great sword to the other one, then just like drive it in there with like this like very much with prejudice as well.
Yeah, you push this sword through. You push the sword through through this creature, and you see it just falls to the weight of its own head and just crumples to the ground. And after this is over, you see past the market stalls. You can see what is the medical tent area that you would have to walk about another 50 feet to reach. And you see the goat within the medical tent. It's poking its head out of the flaps of the medical tent, and it turns its head and then sinks into the medical tent. And as this happens, you hear the sizzling of the slowly moving acidic blood behind you.
Is that the only way forward, the medical tent?
Yes.
Yeah, this is what we followed the fucking goat, and here we are again.
What
we
else?
need to get into a building and hunker down, not
Would you
follow
rather
that
deal
goat.
with the blood, and I'm gonna take the centipede's body and I'm gonna throw it in the acidic blood and see what happens?
We find
It
a
melts.
place to hunker down.
It's melting the floor. Like the cobbles are melting as well. What's going into a house going to do? We need to get out of Gilet. We need to get out. We need to get into the forest. It's far more safer if we just get out into the forest.
Sarah's safest thing is killing that goat.
Cyrus
Yeah, I
is
mean,
Cyrus, like, again, knows you're right, but like it's that thing of just like not wanting to delve deeper in, just like like.
I don't care where we go if we just move.
Yeah.
that goat is toying with us, and I mean, I cast a spell on it, and hopefully it's a little bit more vulnerable. So if we do have to go that way and we come across it again, hopefully we can do a little bit more to it. But I think the goat is spearheading this, and
I'm going to say, as you're all here arguing with each other, each of you incurs 1 point of stress at the situation that's in front of you.
Oh.
yeah, makes sense.
I will say this, that you do know that the path it is leading you on is to the other gate. Where this acidic blood is driving you to is the most direct path to the northwest gate.
Yeah.
We don't have time for arguments. Let's go.
Yeah, Cad turns and just starts walking.
What? Like that just like really rubbed me wrong. It's driving us to that, and I'm like, I don't like that.
They want us to play their game, we're playing their game. But I intend to win.
Ranier is just going to quietly follow Marin.
And I'm following Cad.
Follow behind, keeping an eye on the acidic blood, but also like eyeing that tent.
So, you all approach the tent, and you notice that the blood is keeping perfect pace with you as you move forward. The closer you get to the tent, it slows down. If you pause for a moment, it gets faster. And you get to the medical tent. There are usual multiple openings to this medical tent, multiple flaps that you can walk through. It's basically just a bunch of cots and little medical stations set up. It's a pretty standard military medical tent for the time period. And there is one flap that the goat looked through, and all of the other ones are just mystically gone. It is just a single flat sheet now with that one opening.
Canvas can be cut. Someone wanna use their weapon, we cut in the side and rush in.
I have a dagger. I'm not the most skilled with it, but
Can you keep it sharp?
Is the goat in? Do we see it in the tent, or is it not in here?
As you got closer, the goat just had its head pushed out of the flaps. As you got closer, it dipped into the tent.
Okay.
Do you want to try cutting a hole? Does anyone want to try cutting
I
a
was
hole?
like, that's
There's a
my
part of me
plan.
that-
I'm leaving it out to the other
I
characters.
feel like maybe we could take a second and assess it.
A part of me just wants to like blast my gun into the flap.
You have that option.
Could Ranier maybe try and listen for anything before any decisions are made?
Yeah, you could do that. Go ahead. How close do you want to get to the tent to listen?
I'd say maybe a foot out.
Okay. Are you going towards the flap or just like ear to the cloth of the tent?
I'd probably want to go ear to the cloth. I would be able to like
within a
get a
foot.
little closer if it's as
Okay.
close as I could without kind of making contact.
So you put your ear to the tent. And make me a instinct roll.
It's going to be a 15 with fear.
15 with fear. Okay. Nick gets another fear. So when you put your ear within a foot of the tent, you hear what seems to be the groans of wounded soldiers. It's something that's happens often when you walk by this medical tent. It's just a constant sound, but it's a little quieter this time. It's more muffled, but with a 15, you do occasionally hear this little metallic grinding, like and because you got a fear, I'd say that's all you got.
They're hurt.
They're not.
I don't know if we really need to help them, but at least see what's going on.
I think if we go through the front flap, we're going exactly where they want. We have to play their game, but we don't have to play by their rules.
I would say you have, as you're standing in front of this tent, the blood hasn't fully encompassed the outside of the tent yet. I would say if you were to go around the sides, you have about 10 workable feet on either side of the tent you could use.
So you're thinking we pincer it, you go on one and I go on the other?
We can do that. You go in the front, we go in the back. If Marin takes her dagger, punches it down, I can run in with the shield and cover both of us.
Sounds good.
Okay, is that what you guys want to do?
Let's go for it.
Okay.
I'm looking at Cyrus and Ranier.
Okay. So are you going on opposite sides of the tent or the same side of the tent?
I think we said like opposite sides. So I'm cool to go with opposite sides. Like I'll go on one end and like I can cut my way through. Or I can like cover on Marin if need be as well.
Sure.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
nods to the both of you, and he's gonna wait for Marin to make sure Marin's ready, and then gonna make his way to the back of the tent. Stealthily, quietly.
Okay. Make me
Damn it.
make me if all of you want to do it, all of you make me finesse checks.
Okay, finesse is okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no is right.
No, I thought I'd got a crit, but I didn't. I got a 6 and a 9. But they were just facing the wrong way.
Oh, gotcha.
I got it.
I'd say the DC on this is going to be a 15.
I got a 17.
No, this is bad.
Not the number I wanted to hear. That's a 12 with fear.
To sneak?
I got a 15 with hope.
I got a 17 with hope. So I'm what?
7 with fear.
Okay, so, and remind me again how we're splitting up?
Me and Marin, Kat and Marin, Cyrus and Ranier.
Yeah, I was going to be kind of behind Cyrus, I would think. Not really rushing in myself, but...
Okay, so we had 1 success and 1 fail on each side.
Correct.
Okay. I would say you guys get up to the tent. You guys get up to the tent, the wall of the tent. And you're free to proceed now.
Okay. I'm on our side. I'm going to look over at Marin, and he's going to put his tower shield right up next to it, just enough space for you to cut down. He's like, when we go in, get behind the shield.
Gotcha. I will take out my dagger, my small dagger that's like on my leg, and I will hack at the canvas.
Cyrus offers no form of like communication like that to Ranier and just kind of looks at him and then pulls out the sword and just starts cutting.
Are you at the front of the tent?
I figure we go around. We're both each on like either sides. That's
Oh,
what
we're
I
going
thought
side
we
to
were doing.
side.
Yeah,
Okay.
side to side.
Okay. Who failed worse on the stealth?
I
Who got the lowest stealth roll?
I got 8
I think
in
it was.
Yeah, I got 12.
I got 15.
Okay,
So-
so Cad, you got an 8.
Yeah, not good.
Okay, so as you both drive whatever bladed weapon you wanted into this canvas, and you cut down, you see inside all of the cots are filled with skeletons in soldiers' uniforms. And now, the sound that Ranier heard, you can see what the source of it is. You see who is unmistakably Clarice, the head nurse, in the center of the tent. She's still in her nurse uniform, and you see that she no longer has hands. She has 2 bone saws that have replaced her hands, and she's grinding them against each other, and her head has split completely down the middle and separated, and is now a vertical mouth with jagged teeth.
God.
And you see as you cut down the tent, and you first catch a glimpse into the hole you see, you watch as she turns her head there, and then a puddle of blood appears at her feet.
Mm-hmm.
She falls through the puddle, and Marin, behind you, you hear as Clarice is going to attack you with her bone saws from behind.
So I will ask one more time. Is since Marin and I were like stacked up to make it into the tent, would you consider Marin very close?
I would say yeah.
I would like to do I am your shield and take the damage from any of this.
Okay. So you do that. So I am going to roll for the attack for Clarice, and it is going to go against Marin's evasion.
Yes, because it's only if they take damage.
Okay, it's going to go against Marin's evasion. So this is going to be 2d12 plus 3. So that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So is this within far range of the other side of the tent, would you say?
I would say it's about 30 feet away. That sounds like far range to me.
Gotcha. I'd like to use not this time and spend 3 hope to force a reroll on that attack roll.
Okay. Okay.
Using all our abilities up here.
Do I use the lower or whatever I rerolled?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So it's just a reroll.
Oh,
So
no.
the
I was
reroll,
gonna
the
say, watch it
reroll
be
was
higher.
the reroll was a 19.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Okay.
So
Ouch.
Clarice,
Never fear.
So Clarice is going to make this bonesaw attack. It is going to be a raw 2d6 for the damage. Oy, okay. So that is 9 damage.
Okay, so I mark a stress. I'm still in minor damage, but I'm going to mark an armor slot to take no damage.
Okay.
Can I mark a stress to hex Clarice, please? Which means that action and damage rolls against the hex creature now gain a bonus equal to our tiers. So you get a +1
Ooh.
to all your attack rolls and your damage.
So I'm going to let you do that, but I am going to spend a fear to take an additional action for Clarice. So, Clarice is, now that Cad has been able to deflect this slash.
I took a stress for it as well. I forgot to mention that part.
Now that Cad has been able to deflect this slash away from Marin, I'm actually going to use 2 fear to use her fear feature to where she is going to teleport away from Cad and now behind to where Ranier is. So I have spent 2 fear on that. I currently have 7 fear. And Clarice is going to make an attack against Ranier now. Okay. Ooh. That's a 13.
My evasion is 12.
Okay. So that is a raw 2d6. That is 6.
6. Could I use one of my armor to bring that down to 5? Which would be my base threshold, which makes that a minor damage, right?
So if you if you would only take minor damage, like if you were to not break a threshold and you use an armor slot, you take no damage.
Okay. Yeah. So my base threshold is 5. So if I use an armor slot, would that?
Oh, so it was above. So yes. So
Yes.
you can bring it down to just do 1 damage to you.
Yes.
You can bring it down to do 1 point of damage to you.
Okay, we'll do that.
And I am going to need from both Cad and Ranier, both the people who took damage, I am going to need a strength check from both of you.
Question.
Yes.
So I technically didn't take damage.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so not you.
Okay.
Just Ranier. Just Ranier.
So I'm gonna spend hope to give Ranier advantage on that for help. So I guess you add a d6. I guess a way I can help is just like shouting at what is like I guess like shouting like watch it, like look out, like trying to like offer support somehow.
Okay. You said add a d6?
Yeah, so you roll a d6, add advantage for it.
It's gonna be. I got 16 with fear. Add the d6 would be 21 or 20.
Ooh.
You're fine. You are not bleeding. You are not bleeding. So, I'm going to say we're going to bring the spotlight to Cyrus. Now that Cyrus has been able to see exactly what has in everything that has happened, you're able to take the first action to do something against Clarice or something else.
I am going to try to just strike Clarice with my greatsword.
Okay.
She's
Go
like
ahead and make
right
an attack roll.
there.
Yeah.
That is Vanessa. 13. So that's going to be 14 to hit. And that's also with
15.
hope.
14 was what you needed.
Awesome.
14 was what you needed.
And so I do 1d10 plus 4 physical damage to her.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
That is 9 damage. So 5 regular damage, then 4 physical damage.
9 you said total?
9 total, yes.
Okay, that was a strong hit. You see this greatsword slash. It almost embeds itself into like her clavicle and then tears down. Next, we're gonna come to Marin, since you were basically flipped around with Cad, like your positions flipped. Now you're looking at directly what Cyrus and Ranier are going through across the 30-foot tent. And she was hexed. You did apply the hex.
Yes, yeah. So everybody, I think it's everybody, just action and damage rolls against hex creatures gain a bonus equal to our tier, so everybody has a +1 to each thing. Yeah, okay. She's gonna see this happen. She's gonna see Ranier take that damage, and she's gonna be like, "Not today, not on my watch." And she is going to kind of hold out her hands, and she's gonna cast Blighting Strike. So I make a spellcast roll against the target with far range. So I think we established that they were far range. So see if I hit her first before I talk about what's going to happen.
You're looking for a 14.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I rolled a 23 with fear.
Yeah.
So on a success, the target takes a d6 +1 damage. +2 because she's hexed. That's a 6. That's 8 damage, magic damage. And the next time the target deals damage to an ally, it is reduced by half.
All right. How does this attack look as it flies across the tent?
Okay, I think for Marin, the majority of her magic is very nature-based, so I think it would form in her hands as a deep forest green, but by the time it's hurtling towards Clarice, it's almost like a very fast rolling wave. So by the time it hits her, it's like this bluey, whitey crashing as it kind of just slams into her.
Yeah, so you see it fly around and it hits her in the side of the head, and you hear this awful sound as her two head jaws snap together from the impact. But that was a big hit. That was a really big hit. All right, we are going to come to Ranier next. Clarice is right in your face, just slashed you with her bone saws.
I think in a panic, actually, I would cast Slumber to see if I could put her to sleep. A spellcast roll. You said very close.
Yeah, very close.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be an 8. 8 with hope.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. We're looking for a 14. So, I am going to give you the opportunity to do something non-combat related if you'd like before your turn ends.
I think first opportunity that spell doesn't work. Yeah, it's going to be like a leap back.
Yeah, you see her almost as you like. What does this spell look like as you attempt to use it?
It's going. I think with Slumber it would kind of just be me very quickly. Ranier just putting his hands in front of his face in between the two of theirs in a circle, and just the shakiness doesn't help.
Yeah, you see as you try to put your hands right up to her face to cast the spell, the jaws of her head open as wide as they can to almost hit her shoulders, and the spell just goes through the open gap. And yeah, I would say, how far do you want to move away? Do you want to move into the tent? Do you want to move back around the tent?
I think back around, like from the side closer to the back. Just a leap backwards.
Okay. So you're there. We're now going to come to Cad.
Yeah, Cad, at this point, he knows that this is Clarice. And there's something in his brain that's not letting him attack someone like that. So he is just going to take his whole turn and make sure that Marin is behind the shield, is protected behind the shield to keep doing what they need to.
Okay. I will say that if an attack is made against Marin at this point, it has disadvantage as long as you're maintaining that stance. So we now come back to Clarice. So what she is going to do is she is going to, now that she spent her fear last turn to make all that movement, she has Cyrus right in front of her. So what she's going to do is she's going to attempt to use her head jaws to clamp on the sides of Cyrus's head. So we are going to make an attack roll. If this attack is successful, she's going to get another attack on you. If it's not, she will not. Ooh, that's a 11 plus 3, so a 14.
She succeeds.
Do I have something from Marin hitting me last turn? Do I have to minus anything from that?
No, it's if you deal damage, then the damage is halved. So
Halved,
anything
okay.
you deal now, it will just be halved. Just on this one.
So Cyrus, you feel as she leaps forward at you, she clamps her jaws on the sides of your head and is holding you there. And that is going to be the same thing, 2d6, which will be halved. So that is a 9, so it will be 4.
That is... Yeah, it's 1 HP. That's still minor damage for me.
Okay, so that's a minor damage, so that's 1 HP for you. So now that she is clamped on the sides of your head, she is going to make a single bone saw attack against... She's going to try to gut you, basically.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Wait, no.
Oh my god, that was really bad. That was only... Oh my god, wait, it's not bad. I rolled 2 2s.
Oh, wait.
No!
So, I have 3 hope again. Could
Okay.
we... Anything but that, maybe?
I say
Well,
anything better
well,
than
not
a
this
crit.
time.
I
Yeah,
have...
well, not this time.
I also do have armor, so like I can
but a
lower
crit's a
the
crit.
severity. Oh, it's a crit.
Oh yeah,
Let's
it's
see
a
if it
it's a
works.
crit.
What, can I use armor against the crit so I can at least lower the severity?
Yeah, it's going to be double damage. It's going to be
Okay.
double damage because it's a crit, but you can
okay.
use armor to lower the severity. But Ranier can spend hope if he wants to
We'll get more.
attempt
hope.
to reroll.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I can get hope pretty easy. We'll see if it works this time.
Okay, so I will reroll. I'm not even kidding you. I just crit again.
That's insane.
Okay.
I rolled 2 2s and then I just rolled 2 1s.
The dice are telling a story. Hey,
Yeah.
they have armor.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
So
Not
like that
when
power
it's hard.
word has now went badly twice in a row.
That's
Anybody
Well-
can do that.
crazy.
Anybody can do that.
Okay.
Well,
Do you have 3 more hope?
it didn't get worse either time. It just kind of stayed the same.
Any other time? That's so good. Any other game? It's amazing.
Fresh out of hope. Fresh out of hope today.
So that's going to be 2d6 doubled.
Woof.
No.
Okay, so that is 9, which will be 18 damage.
Okay. That is severe. So I can limit that down to major damage, right? So I just have to mark off 2.
It'll be 2. How are you looking right now?
Bad.
Okay. Okay, so yeah. And as that, you feel like, as she gets the attack off, you feel Clarice open her jaws and pull off of you, and she's still in front of you. She has not moved. So now we are going to come back to who was first? It was Cat. No, it was Ranier. Ranier was first. No, Ranier was last. Okay, so we will bring it to you, Marin.
Okay. About tag teaming.
I, funny enough, also just looked up tag team rules.
Yeah, well, I was wondering, I didn't know if it was applicable, but I think Marin would kind of see Cyrus, like, taking just hit after hit after hit. And knowing that she carries healing stuff on her, she would maybe, like, appreciating that Cad is protecting her as much as he possibly can. But I think she would kind of look to Cad and go, I need to get over there. Do you think you can draw Clarice away?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely I can. And he's going to start banging his spear on his shield and make his way other.
Okay, and I think as Cad's doing that, I will start walking in the away, like diagonal, but towards Cyrus, with the intent to help heal him.
Okay. And you guys are using the tag team hope feature for that?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
we
so-
each have to spend 3 hope.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hope.
And this is only only time you could do that. Like, this is like a one session type deal.
Oh. Do we want to save it then?
It's up to you guys.
Oh,
The only other
though
thing.
you can only initiate 1 tag team roll per session, you can be involved in multiple tag team rolls.
Okay, I've
So
got
this
4
would-
hope, so I'm happy to spend the hope this time, because I've still got hope that I can spend elsewhere. So
Oh, each
I
player
will-
can choose to spend. So only one person has to spend the 3 hope. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
shutting up now.
okay, so yeah, I've currently got 4 hope, so I will spend 3 hope, to do that.
Okay. So I will let Cad and Marin act in the same turn. And you can... I will let Cad, you can take an action here
Okay.
with Marin, and then you'll still have the ability to do an action on your turn.
Okay.
For Marin spending the hope. So what would you guys like to do?
I kind of like what Marin said. Cad's gonna make a diagonal line, beating his spear on his shield to try to get the attention of Clarice.
Okay.
I think at this point he's
So-
also shouting memories at her.
Yeah, you see as you run by and slam your shield, you see Clarice almost like completely unnaturally slip through Cyrus's legs underneath.
So she's actively moving away from me in melee range, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna attack of opportunity her and like hit her
Okay.
and try to hit her.
Okay. Yeah.
I was
sure.
waiting for her to try to slip away. I'm like, no, I'm like with
Yeah.
prejudice.
Yeah. Go for it.
It says I can use whatever trait. Yeah, just read it off. When an adversary within melee range attempts to leave that range, make a reaction roll using a trait of your choice against their difficulty. Choose one effect, and I have to choose one of the effects. So I'm going to save my strength to hold her in place, because like that's a +2.
Okay.
That's gonna be 18.
Yep. You got it.
So,
You
and
got
I
it.
can either hold her in place, I can move with them, or I can deal damage to them equals my primary weapon. So I think I'm going to do damage equal to my primary weapon, and that's going to be another D10 plus 4 physical damage to her.
Go for it.
Really not great. So that's like, that's 6 damage altogether. As when she tries to slip, I feel like Cyrus just kind of like puts his like great sword down to like pin her.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is she's looking pretty messed up now. Like despite what she is, like obviously it doesn't look like she can feel pain or anything like that. Like she's taking physical damage. You jam your sword down in the back of her calf as she's trying to move through your legs, and she just keeps going. Like she just lets the blade cut through like from calf to foot as she moves. And yeah, she's going right at Cad. So Marin, now I believe you said you were trying to get to Cyrus, correct?
Yes, yeah. So I'm kind of if Clarice is heading towards Cad in that direction, I kind of want to go round to Cyrus, wide berth on Clarice, but running towards Cyrus. Yeah.
Okay, you get there. You get right next to him. What would you like to do?
I'm going to unbuckle from my belt just a small little vial, pop the cork, and it is a reflavored healing potion for Marin, and she's just going to pour it all over Cyrus's injury, which says it clears 1d4 HP. However, when you or an ally clear one or more hit points or stress points as a result of using a consumable, increase the number cleared by 1. So add a +1
Nice.
on whatever you roll.
Okay, so I'm rolling the d4. You roll the d4.
Your choice.
Oh, I'm rolling it. That is 2. And I add on, so I'm clearing out 3 HP, right?
It's pretty good.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
And
3 HP's 3 HP.
And I feel and I'm adding stress, right? Or
No, not yet.
oh, okay, gotcha.
It was if you were clearing a hit point or stress from a
Okay.
consumable, you add a +1. So
I feel like as you're healing, Cyrus goes, "Don't worry about me. Just kill that thing." Like he's he's very much like focused on killing that.
get over your pride and let us help you, Cyrus.
Okay. Because the immediate threat is right in front of you, Cad, we're going to come to you.
Yeah. He's banging on the shield and he's like, "That's it, Clarice. Come to the sound." And I don't know. He's trying to do anything to get her to not. He's still. I need your help here.
Okay.
Can you give me some kind of knowledge or instinct DC to see if he can get over his idea that he can't harm the people he's like kind of sworn to protect in his own mind, which is the people of the town and now this party?
Yeah, I think at this point it's the situation's bad. The situation isn't like, I mean, it's horrific, but I mean, you still have a bit in your heart that it's like, maybe we could save these people. So I'm going to have you make an instinct roll.
Okay.
I'm going to have you make an instinct roll. I'm going to set the DC at 15.
DC at 15 for instinct. 8 plus 6. What is 14 plus 1, 15.
Did you roll with hope or fear?
I rolled with hope.
You rolled with hope?
I did.
You're over it. You're over it. You are at the point where you are coming to the realization that the only people you might be able to save are the people standing next to you.
Yeah, at sitting at 2 stress, he watches her get a sword into her leg, and he thinks, as she's rushing towards him, he thinks to each moment he worked with her, helping her pack bandages, getting morphine, anything to help these soldiers, the little jokes they would share through the dark times. And he moves from his fisherman's stance. He sets his spear on one foot, like digging it into the ground, and he just sets the spear up so she runs into it as his attack.
Okay, yeah. I think she's so bloodthirsty and just beyond humanity that, yeah, try to make an attack roll to see if you can guide the spear correctly into her path.
Add a +1.
5, 9. Oh. It's 10, but I'm gonna see if I can work this. So my 2 experiences are defender and spearfishing. I would argue that this is almost defender, since I am holding a defending position and just hoping to God that I can maneuver it. And as a human ancestry, when I fail a roll using experience, I can mark a stress and re-roll it.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm now at 3 stress. Much better. 20. 22, 23.
Yeah, that hits. That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage for it.
And that was with hope. Oh no! I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1 on the D8, so it's 2.
Stu, you only have a +1.
It's D8 plus 1.
Plus
For
another
plus
one
one.
from Hex.
3 damage.
Yeah, I mean, she is crawling on the ground. She's like dragging the bone saws behind her. And she goes to leap at you with the bone saws, and you put the spear up, and it stabs her directly in the mouth. And you have her kind of like pinched, like in almost like a pole vault stance, like holding her as she's in the air. You have her held up and she's swinging. You feel like the gusts of wind as she's swinging the blades at your face.
Yeah,
but she's held there.
His eyes are closed. He is hunched behind his spear, and he just screams, "Please, someone end this!" Tears streaming down his face as he knows it's what he has to do, but this sucks.
And we're going to see if that person is Ranier. Ranier, you're up.
I definitely think after all this chaos, just he'd be able to walk into the situation, pull out his Luger, and make a pretty calculated shot.
Yeah, I'm going to give you advantage on this attack roll because she's pierced on a spear right now.
Gotcha. Add a d6. That's 15 with hope, and I gain. I'm gonna gain a hope with strange patterns. Yeah, so it's just gonna be this very calculated shot, into the heart of the creature, as if it was an animal.
Yeah, I mean, Cad has that. Cad has her steady. You hear the snarling and the grinding of bone saws on Cad's shield, and then just the crack of a pistol, and then it's silence as she goes limp on Cad's spear. She's dead. She's dead. It didn't even matter how much damage you did. She was dead. She had, and I'm not kidding, she had 1 HP.
No! Damn it! Yeah. I think Cad, feeling it go limp, he drops a spear. He just, fuck! No! Fuck! God damn it! Fuck! He drops the spear, he picks up his shield, and he walks over.
And you see, as this happens, you see a large slit cut itself almost from nothing across the top of the tent. And the tent collapses, leaving you all standing there. And you're now staring at the open courtyard of the military training grounds in front of you. And you see standing directly in the center of the courtyard, the goat.
This goddamn goat.
I look at Cad and I say, do not weep. Every kill you do is you surviving. Every kill is making this world better. Do not weep. This is not murder. This is a message to that fucking goat that we are surviving, okay? And with that, I'd like to upgrade my hope die to a d20 because I am embodying a message that I was instilled from my order.
But what is the point? What is the point if we have no one to share it with?
I grip him like, you're fucking alive.
For what? What else is the point of living if you can't have shared experiences with those you love?
Others will tear it apart. You find it and you built it, but it's not here in the blood of those you lost. You go out and you find something new. But this is where we're at.
He's just gonna pick up his spear and he's just gonna look you in the eyes and he's gonna turn and face the goat.
The goat, as it's standing there, it's, in a strange way, it's somehow looking at all of you. like it somehow has locked eye contact with every one of you, and it is staring at you. It looks down to where Clarice's body is, and then looks back up and tilts its head.
I think Ranier would just kind of look at Marin and go, are we just going to keep fighting? Are we going to just keep killing things until we die, these monsters?
I mean, I want to get out of here, I think, as much as anybody does. And I fear the only way through is by doing that. But, you know, we've all lost things in our lives. But we've all carried on. We're all still here, no matter what's happened over the last decade. If we can get through that, we can get through this.
Just to do it all again? Is this just going to keep happening?
I mean, we can never predict what's going to happen. God, I didn't predict this was going to be our night when I locked up my shop this evening. Nor did I think that the night I lost everything the first time was going to happen. We can't give up. It's not what the people we lost would want of us. They would want us to keep living. So, I'm sure as hell going to keep living. I'm too gonna turn and look at the goat with intent in my eyes.
I have one last thing I want to do. He has a little flask that his father gave to him for when he turned 21 because they died early. And he's going to pop it open. He is not a drinker, but this is a reworked minor stamina potion.
Okay. What does that do for you?
It clears 1d4 stress.
Okay, go ahead.
Please. 2. I clear 2 stress.
Nice. Marin, does your effect affect that? Or is it only ones you use?
No, I was wondering if that... I mean, it's... I guess the question is where you got the contents of the flask and whether the contents of the flask was from my shop. If it was, then I would say yes, within mechanics it would work. If not, then probably not. Not to push my luck of how much I can use this ability. So it's your choice.
It's a one-shot. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's say that every potion comes from your shop.
Okay.
You're the only potion shop in town.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. Yeah, so add another 1 onto
Perfect.
that.
I'm cleared of stress. My resolve has been hardened.
So, this time, depending on you as a character, it might not be the blood that pushes you forward into the military training grounds this time. You hear people screaming. Not from the goat screaming, but just people screaming. You hear them, they're almost... there's, in this military training ground, there's alleys that run near the sides of it. And you see... in the far left alley, 4 people run out. They're people you're familiar with. They're villagers, and they are behind the goat. They run out from the alleyway, screaming, running for their lives. And you see, as the last person runs out from the alley and stumbles for a moment, you see this fleshy mass with an anvil attached to the end of it slam down and crush this person. As they're slammed down and pierced onto the horn of the anvil, and a creature pulls itself forward out of the alley, and it's almost like all the muscle mass and blood has been pulled and emaciated from this side of this creature and pushed into their arm as all of it has absorbed and conformed with an anvil on the end of it. And you can tell even at this distance that this is Girin, the village blacksmith. And the other 3 people are running into the courtyard. And as they run into the courtyard, you hear the crack of a gun. And you see on the roof, on the opposite side of the camp, a soldier with its arms pushed out far, its elbows crooked in, its legs, its knees have been reversed, so it's crawling on all fours, and its head has completely absorbed a rifle facing forward. It no longer has a face. And you hear the crack of a bullet, and the first person who ran out of the alley is shot in the head and falls over by this creature. And you can tell that this soldier, just from the modified uniform they have, is Kaziak.
I'm starting
And
to realize
you
what
notice
gave us NPCs.
I'm just reading this long list that you gave
I know.
us.
I was clear, and I
as
was
we
like,
go.
who do we have next?
Yeah.
And you see the last remaining person is, the last remaining 2 people is Marin. It is the woman you gave the protective charm to. And she is holding on to what looks to be her daughter's hand. Her daughter looks to be a teenager. And they are running. Now they have seen you from across the courtyard, and they are sprinting towards you. As now you see Girin turn the corner and start dragging his anvil and chasing them. And Kaziak climb down and hold on to the side of the roof. Oof. And it looks like he's trying to aim a shot at him. I'm going to put the spotlight on this one to start for Ranier.
Gotcha. I think, still gun in hand, he's going to see Kaziak. And him being a soldier and looking like a creature, it would just immediately instill this, like, he needs to die. And once again, pull out his Luger. Just giving, like, a quick look back at the party and taking a shot, basically immediately.
Okay, make your attack roll.
That's gonna be a 6 with hope.
That is not gonna do it. You crack off the shot from this Luger, and he's hanging onto the side of the building, and it pings off next to him. It does. That was with hope, you said?
Yes.
It pings off next to him on the roof, and it doesn't hit him, but it makes him stop looking at the mother and the daughter running, and it now turns its gaze to you. Is there anything else non-combat you'd like to do on this turn?
I think that I'm going to, I guess I'm gonna scream for Cad to get his shield ready.
Okay. And with that, Cad, we're gonna come to you.
Great. Feel free to not answer this. Does this feel like the last fight of this one shot, or does it feel like there might be more? Like, is Cad feeling like he hasn't seen one other really important NPC that might come up later? Like I said, feel free to
Maybe.
not answer.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You do know that there is at least one more thing, like, there's at least one more major landmark you have to go through before you reach the gate.
Great. He clocks that. I clock that. Cad is hearing I lost all my notes. Hearing Ranier call that out, he is going to sprint forward and try to meet them halfway with his shield. He's holding it out in front of him. Spear kind of like going behind him to really like solidify that his body is behind the shield.
Okay, I'm going to say that's a non-combat action to get there, but I am going to ask an agility check for how close you can get.
Yeah, that's my fear. I'm bad at thems. Oh! 22 minus 1, 21. Rolling with hope.
I had 2 DCs on that. I said if you hit a 12, you were going to get halfway. If you hit an 18, you were going to get all the way. So you managed to make it to, you're able to, with this inhuman strength, you're lugging this tower shield in a full sprint, and you get in between Girand and these 2 people.
Yeah, I think he like slides to a stop, like gets his feet squared in, and he's gonna like kind of be pushing them backwards with his hand, holding the shield in front of him. There's no words at this point. He is so angry of what has happened here.
Okay. Do you want to do anything else? I will allow you one other thing, because that was pretty much just movement.
I think kind of the same thing what I did with Marin. I would, if you would allow me, to use my action to cause disadvantage, to basically give them cover as we move backwards.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Because he's not close enough to me, is he?
Girand? No, he's about, I mean, you got up there. He's about 10 feet away from you.
Yeah, so he's not close enough for me to hit, so I am going to just try to impose damage on them and try to make myself the target, basically.
Okay. We are going to, because Kaziak is distracted, we're going to come to Girand. Girand is going to go right up to you, Cyrus, and he has this anvil that he's dragging on his arm, and it's an extremely exaggerated motion, but at this point, you're not even trying to avoid, you're just trying to defend. Mm-hmm. And he is going to swing this 1,000-pound anvil at you. It's probably not 1,000 pounds, it's probably like 500.
Still,
it's 1,000.
Will crush you.
Swing this anvil at you.
Please, 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 please. Bad, 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 bad.
That is a 19 to hit.
Weirdly enough, my evasion's 8, so...
So he is going to swing this. Okay. That is a 4 plus 4, so that is 8 damage.
That's still in my minor damage range, and I'm going to mark off a slot to not take any.
Okay. So he is swinging this anvil at you. As it impacts, I need you to make a strength check.
This is the one I'm good at. Hold on. I crit.
You crit?
I crit 4 and 4.
All right. That's a success with hope. So you take the damage, but it's purely just from the concussive impact of the anvil hitting you as you put your tower shield up, and it slams into the tower shield. A deafening ring strikes out across the entire battlefield, but you are staying in the exact spot that you blocked that. You are not moving anywhere.
He goes, I always wondered who was stronger. And if you would let me rework something. So as frontline tank, I can spend 3 hope to clear 2 armor slots, because I'm currently at max hope. Would you let me do that before? Okay.
Yeah, if you'd like.
Yeah, so he emboldens himself, clears those 2 slots, and gets ready for that hit.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the end of what you can do for this.
Yeah, he's done.
Okay. Cyrus, we're going to come to you.
Okay, so what Cyrus want to do, I'm going to use something I'm going to use Call of the Brave battle ritual. So once per long rest before you attempt something incredibly dangerous or face off against a foe who clearly outmatches you, describe what ritual you perform or preparations you make. When you do, you clear 2 stress and gain 2 hope. So I'm going to first do that because I feel like they very much outmatch me. He's got an anvil for a hand. So I feel like what Cyrus does is that he takes off the bandage of his hand. And you see this very like deep scar that a lot of if those who know like Revellan soldiers carry, and then he like takes out like a knife or something he had, and then he slices, and you see this like blood magic starts making its way, and Cyrus starts like moving with like more ferocity, moves faster, moves quicker, hits stronger, and so that is going to be that. So I'm going to add 2 hope with that, and also clear up my stress. And then, am I able to like? Do I have to roll to like get in the mix with what's it, Girand, or like or am I able to just move towards him and like get in melee range?
I'd say at this point, since he stopped and is fighting Cad now, you could get in a melee range with him.
Gotcha. I'm going to like get in the mix with that with Cad to like start like messing him up with it. I'm gonna roll to just hit him with the greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
That is that is a that's just a 20.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got him.
And then that's going to be 1d10. I have a thing I forgot I had. It's called Not Good Enough, where I can just re-roll 1s or 2s on damage. I completely forgot I had that.
We remembered now.
Yeah. And I get a 3. That's hilarious. But so that's going to be 3. That's 7 damage altogether as I like drive it home, as I get in there and I start like hacking at this thing.
Okay, so you swing at him, and his other arm is like basically skin and bone at this point, because all the muscle mass has been pushed into holding the anvil. So he kind of looks at you from the side and goes to hold his arm up, and you just cut it off. Yeah, you just take it right off, and you see it's almost like dried brown blood start just like sloughing off because all the other blood is in his other arm. Okay. I will say with your ritual and that attack, unless you have anything within that to do.
I think that's it.
Okay. Kaziak is still distracted thanks to that rolling with hope. So Marin, you are up.
Okay. So first of all, would you say that Cad and the mother and the daughter are in a far range from where me and I assume Ranier are currently?
I would say within this time, Cad is in a far range. The mother and the daughter are getting pretty close now. They're within 15 feet of you.
That's all I need to know. Then I'm going to mark a stress to hex. What's his name? Girand. So same thing applies. Add a +1 to attack rolls and damage. And then I'm going to meet the mother and the daughter, and I'm going to hurry them kind of towards me and Rain, although they probably were safer behind Cad. And I'm just going to go to the mother. The charm. Do you still have the charm that I gave you earlier in the night?
Yes, I do. I gave it to my daughter, though.
Good. That was what I was going to do. I was going to give it to your daughter to make sure that she was safe. In that case, can I make a spellcast roll instead, since I'm not doing something else?
Yeah, go
cool.
ahead.
Great. Is the goat still around?
He's standing in the middle of this whole place.
In the middle? Within far range, would you say?
Yeah, he's in the middle. Yeah, he's about parallel with Cad.
Do you know what? I'm just going to go for Girand. I think that's our biggest threat right now. I'm going to blighting strike Girand. May as well, since I just hexed him anyway. So.
Okay. You're looking for a 15.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 16 with fear. So 1d6 plus 2 is a 7. And he now deals half damage the next time he deals damage.
Okay. How much damage did he take?
7. Sorry.
7? Okay, so 7 damage.
Nice.
All right, now we are
Oh
going to
no,
come
wait!
to Kazi.
I succeeded with fear, didn't I? I'm so sorry. I roll a d10 instead.
Yes, you did.
Which
nice.
was less. It was a 2, so he
No!
takes 4 damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You also you do get fear from me as well, because my last roll was with. I'm just remembering my last roll was with fear, so you do have another fear.
You don't get any
Okay.
fear from me. You keep that away.
Okay. I am at 9 fear now. So now we're gonna come to Kaziak. So Kaziak is still holding on to the side of this building. He has a bolt action rifle for his head, and you see like a little piece of flesh crawl up the side of the gun and rack the bolt of the gun, and he is going to take a shot because Ranier was the one who shot at him. He's going to take a shot at Ranier. Yeah, does a 23 hit?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I think a 23 beats my 12.
Okay, so this is going to be... I wanted to have fun with this, so since it's a gun, I'm rolling a d6 and a d8.
Oh, fun.
just for fun. Oh, it was really bad, though. It was really bad.
Now, is it bad or critical bad?
Like, bad for me. Good for you
Okay.
guys. I rolled a 1 and a 3, so that is... a 1 and a 3 is 4, so 6. That is 6 damage to you.
6 damage. All right. Well, I've got him to use them. We'll use another armor, bring that down to 5.
Okay, and
So that should just be
Kaziak.
1 damage.
Kaziak is going to spend a fear to take an additional action.
Wonder what
So
he's gonna do.
he's going to shoot at you.
What?
and- no, not you. He's going to shoot at you, and now he is going to turn and take a shot at Marin.
Okay.
Just gonna throw the shield up in the air and catch the bullet. That's how that works.
Okay, that is an 11 to hit.
I assume it's meets it, beats it.
It does. It does. So that is going to be another roll. That is 10.
I'm
10 damage.
gonna spend an armor to bring it down to a minor.
Okay. And after that shot, you see Kaziak. He moves with this just like superhuman agility. There's like a 40-foot gap between these rooftops. You see him push off and push himself. He clears the entire 40-foot gap and is now on the roof that is directly above Cad. So he's looking directly down at Cad with his face gun. And that will bring us back up to Ranier.
All right. I think at the start of my turn, I'd like to use telepathy. I'd like to spend a hope, and open a line of communication with the goat, and just try to listen. If it's giving any instruction, if it's doing anything, just listen to what it's trying to give.
Okay. I am going to say, I want you to make a presence check for me. Please do not fail with fear.
So with hope, I've gotten
Yay.
a 13.
A 13? Okay. I was setting it as a 12 because I think this is a really creative use of an ability. So, as it happened before, you still hear a slew of human screams while you're in there. I am going to say you are going to incur a point of stress just for attempting to do this, because this thing's mind is completely otherworldly. However, you do hear slight whispers that you can crack through the screams, and you hear, "Push through. The one in the back. The one in the back. Push through." And it just repeats that over and over and over again.
Okay. I think in
As it
this
says
just
that, I want to just say, as it says that, you see Gieran's emaciated neck turn and look at you.
okay. I think the first thing that I'm going to say, just kind of like holding my head together, is just repeating, push through. The one in the back, push through. And
The goat looks at you at that. The goat was not looking at you. The goat looks at you at that.
and it's just like this overwhelming amount of information. Me being able to like get that from it, I can't even think about what I'm saying. It's just kind of in one ear, through the mouth. And I'm just going to, like, as soon as I get like any semblance of composure afterwards, it's going to be looking at Gieran and saying, it's after me. And with that,
as you say that, you see the most visceral reaction you've seen out of any of these creatures before. You see Gieran lift his head up and open his mouth and just...
and if I'm able to put my pistol away and reach for my greatsword or my greatstaff on my back, if I'd be able to make an attack for that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Critical success.
Show me that double damage.
You have a +1 as well. If it's on Gieran, you have a +1.
Double damage. So it'd be, after doubling, it'd be 6, and then +1, 7.
Add the one before you double it.
Okay, then we'll do 8. And I think I would just be as strong of this blast of fire that I could shoot out of my greatstaff immediately.
Yeah, you do it almost in the middle of Gieran's screech, and it just engulfs his face, and it burns away all the remaining skin, his lips, his eyes, and it's just his skull there. He's still standing, he's fine, but all you see is his skull now from his burned away face. All right, we are going to come back to Cad now. Cad, you are face to face with Gieran.
Well, I'm face to skull with Gieran.
You are face to skull with Gieran. Shield to skull, maybe.
Shield to skull. With that, I think I am going to... Is his anvil still on the shield?
No, I'd say he whacked you and he had to do like a 360 from the momentum and just dragged now on the ground.
Okay. I think I would kind of like to do the same thing. Well, no, I'll just stab with his spear. He's gonna try to take it right into the eye socket of the skull.
Okay, go ahead. 15 you're looking for.
14. Do I add that +1 to hit?
Marin, is the hex also +1 to hit?
Yes. Sorry.
15. That takes me to 15.
You got it. You got it.
Wow. That was close. That was also with hope.
Okay. Yeah, roll your damage.
Please. Fuck. 3.
3? Just
4.
3?
With the
4?
extra
Oh, with the
plus
hex?
with the hex. 4 with the
Yeah.
hex.
I mean, you get him in his eye. You stab him in his empty eye socket. It just, being that there's absolutely nothing there anymore. Okay. Being that there's nothing there really anymore, you don't get a ton of purchase on doing a lot of damage, really.
Well, then if it would be sick as hell. Does
Show
he
me
find
sick as
any?
hell.
Does he find any purchase with the spear? Like, is it stuck? Would I have to pull it out?
I mean, you rolled with hope, so I wouldn't say it was stuck. I mean, you kind of feel it like hit the back of the skull.
Yeah, so he hits it with the back of the skull. He's gonna let go with it, take it around with the like do a 360 with the tower shield, and hit the butt of the spear to do an extra d6 of damage.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
I am gonna say that if you do this, you have to get the spear back.
But I
This
get
is
to
gonna
keep my
make-
shield,
You get to keep your shield, but you're gonna
Yeah.
lose the spear if you do this.
and then I gotta go get it back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I shouldn't have did it. I got a 5. I was so close to a critical success. I got a 2 and a 3 with fear.
A 2 and a 3 with fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what you do is when you swing out the shield, you hit the spear. You don't slam it in though. What you do is you hit the handle and it just reverses his head. So now the handle of the spear is behind him.
Shit. Yeah, I mean that's
You hear
that's
the
all.
ligaments in his neck crack as it flies around.
Yeah, so I now don't have anything in my other hand, so he's just gonna double hands on the shield to prepare for the next hit.
Okay, we're coming to Girand now. Girand is going to spend a fear to use Blazing Anvil. And you see within the giant mass of flesh, you see oil start to seep out from where the base of the anvil is. And he swings the anvil at a nearby lantern, at a nearby oil lantern, and it sets the anvil itself on fire. So, Girand is going to attempt another attack on Cad because he's still in his way.
Yeah.
Is this the first time Giran's hurt somebody since I hexed him? Since I blighting struck him?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Damage then.
Okay, so that's going to be a 22. It's going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
And then we are going to roll 3 dice for this one because it's now on fire. Oh, that wasn't very good.
Good.
Oh my god, that was awful. That was so bad. I rolled
Also
2
good.
1s and a 3. So that would be 4 damage.
2 1s and a 3. 5 damage?
2 1s and a 3. Yes, 5 damage. I can't do math.
You're fine. And then halve down to 3.
To 2. Yeah, it's round down rules, so to 2.
It's only 1 damage, but I am still going to mark that armor slot. And
Okay,
still
you don't want to take
damage. No.
Okay. How are you looking for armor slots?
Since I used the frontline tank, that's my first armor slot once again.
Oh, nice. Cool. All right. Now I need another strength check.
Okay. 16 plus 2, 18.
Yep, you got it. You're still holding them here.
I did roll with fear.
Okay, so I'm gonna say because you rolled with fear, because of the beating you're taking now, you're gonna incur 1 stress.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna incur 1 stress. All right, that's gonna be his turn. Cyrus, it is on you.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is sacrifice 3 hope, and I'm going to get a +1 to all of my attacks now until my next rest. So cool. That's cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue trying to just take a strike at Girand.
Okay. 15 is what you're looking for.
That's actually no, it's not terrible. So 4. Well, I'm looking for a 4. You said I'm looking for a 15.
A 15. Yeah.
I got a 14 with fear. I failed with fear.
Well, with the hex, did you add your +1?
Oh, so it gets to 15. It just
Did it
again.
Dude,
That
Just
hack
edges.
has been insanely helpful.
Just edges out to 15. Oh, thank goodness.
That's crazy.
All right, roll your damage.
Thank you so much for that hex.
Seriously.
That is 11 damage.
He's not looking good. At this point, I'm gonna say at this point, like you take off a leg this time.
Oh,
you take off
boy.
a leg this time. Yeah. He's half of him is gone pretty much. His head is backwards. It has a spear in it. He has no face. He is looking really bad. I mean, some supernatural force is keeping him pushing forward, but he's not good. Okay. Anything else you want to move or anything?
How it did. I feel like Cyrus is gonna stay in the mix. I was thinking about like checking in, like how is it looking with like Kaziak is his name, and like Marin, but I feel like Cyrus is gonna stay in the mix with Girand.
Okay. Yeah. At this point, Kaziak is right above you both.
Oh, okay,
Like,
gotcha.
He's standing on the roof looking directly down at you both.
That's so ominous. Look up and just like a gun pointed at you. Like, oh.
Okay. We're coming to Marin now.
Okay, I think what do I want to do? I think what I want to do is I've seen that Cad has lost his spear, and I don't know how well it's gonna, or how easy it's gonna be for him to get the spear out of what remains of Girand. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my dagger, and I kind of want to just like throw it across the floor. Not obviously trying to hurt anybody, but towards Cad, so he's got a weapon within reach if he needs to use it, because at the moment he is unarmed. So that's what I'd like to do. I think I'll just be like, Cad, I got you! And like shimmy it across the floor, like almost like rock skim it across the floor towards him.
Okay. Roll an agility check for me. This is just to see that if you land it near him or he has to move out of Girand's range to get it.
Yeah.
Just ends up in my foot. Ah!
I rolled a crit. I rolled 2 5s.
Let's go!
Yeah, the handle bonks right next to his foot. It's
Perfect.
right there. He barely has to do anything.
Cool. Okay, can I do anything else, or is that my...
Yeah, I'll say that was like an out of combat action. I'll let you make a combat action too.
Cool, okay. Well, since I've still got Hex on Girand, I think I'm just gonna... So I've lost my dagger, and I think what I'm gonna do is I've also got, you guys would notice on my belt, is I've got this like weird gnarled piece of driftwood that has just kind of been stuck in there for a while, and I pull it out, and it is actually my wand that I use for my spell casting. So I'm just gonna fire off. It's not gonna be a specific spell, it's just gonna be like some sort of magic hit right into Girand to try and finish him off if possible.
Okay.
It's not too great. I rolled a 13 with hope, so I don't think I hit, but I got a hope back.
we were looking for a 15. So this bolt of magic.
Can I spend hope, give advantage, add a d6?
Sure. You just have to not roll a 1.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, fantastic. Roll your damage.
Oh yes. D6 plus 2. 5 damage.
That does it. Yeah, that does it. So this bolt of magic that you shoot off from this charm, its trajectory comes around, and it's almost like it wants Girand to see it coming, because it hooks around and comes directly at his backwards face and pings it off and causes Cad's spear to stick into the ground with Girand's head still attached to it.
Ooh.
Nice.
And you see Girand, the heavy anvil. It's almost like Girand was railing back to land another strike down on the Cad, and the anvil itself just crumples down on his own form. Okay, we are now at Ranier. I believe it's you.
I guess his attention's kind of scattered, but I would kind of be putting this together and shout to everyone like, it's the goat. The goat's telling them what to do. It has I have its attention, and I'm going to, because at this point I'm still kind of with Marin and the 2 civilians, and I want to branch off from them, not closer to Girand, but off to where really the closest thing to me is the goat. And at this point, I think what I want to do is, I don't think I even want to attack. I think I want to look through, if I can, at this book in my inventory. And it's this this is the only book like I haven't been able to really translate that my mom left me. It's kind of the only thing I don't really understand. And I'm trying to search through to see if anything can connect to this goat.
Okay. I'm going to let you make this attempt. Since it is very in-depth, I'm going to say you're pulling out a book and you're trying to read a book. I'm going to say it's the only thing you can do on the turn.
Do we want to do a check?
Yeah, give me a knowledge check.
Perfect.
I'm going to set this because this is very hard. I'm going to set it at a 20.
Okay. That is going to be perfectly 20.
Oh, wow.
Did you roll with hope or fear?
With hope.
You rolled with hope.
With hope.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, with this, I don't think you can fully deduce the exact phenomenon that's happening here. But the dots start to connect in your mind from every book you read. And you learned that this was a sacrifice. You learned that this was a mass sacrifice. You learned that it was blood magic. And you have heard stories from very, very far in the past of rituals being performed where very large amounts of people are sacrificed to summon otherworldly creatures. Creatures like demons. The thing is those demons have to inhabit a living creature to stay on this plane. And that's what I'm going to tell you.
And I think earlier, like, he wanted to make himself clear to everyone around him. He was shouting, but at this point, he's just thinking to himself. He's not even able to communicate much at this point. He's just looking at the goat, piecing it all together. And that's where his turn would probably end.
Okay. We come to Kaziak. I think the goat is starting to deduce what you're doing, and you almost get a sense that it starts to feel like it's losing. Even if nothing's happened to it yet, it starts to feel like it's losing. And it's going to resort to the one thing it knows how to do, and that's fear tactics. You see Kaziak on top of the roof aim at the mother.
Damn it.
You see him aim at the mother. I will give everybody one chance at a very high DC, because I'm going to say right now, this guy's not going to miss. This lady has no combat experience. She is shielding her daughter. She's not moving. He's not going to miss. I am going to give everybody one chance to try to stop Kaziak right now. I'm going to have you all go at the same time. So work out what you want to do, and if it's successful, you'll save this woman's life.
Marin is, I assume, still next to them. I don't think she moved at all. So seeing this, I think the first thing Marin does is stand in front of the woman as a shield, a physical shield. She might not be tall enough, but she's going to try and just use herself as some sort of physical shield between that head gun point and the woman.
How high is this DC?
You're. I was saying that you have the same idea I have.
So I got questions.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys make a collective roll. All of you. I'm going to have you make a collective roll. If all four of you can hit 50 together, if you can hit 50.
Oh, so we're all adding ours together. Okay.
You're all adding together.
And
If you
then
all
explode,
collectively hit 50, then you'll save her life.
Oh my god.
Depending on what you want to do.
So my idea is that I want to jump up and just like grab onto the barrel of the face and just like bring my weight down and just like swing down with him. And that's my idea.
Okay, he's like 20 feet up in the air.
I mean, if I
I'll
use
let you do
my
it. I'll let you do
shield,
it.
Try.
It will
to
be
help.
stressful.
Yeah, I was like, if I use my shield to help push him up, basically giving him a platform.
You could try that, yeah, absolutely.
Again, like
I'll take with that.
I will definitely spend hope to add my experience of war as my shackles, and I'll say that like this is me once again using my blood magic to like up my reflexes and agility to get there.
Yeah, I'll say you can do that.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is if I can get within 10 to 15 feet, I can use my domain card. But the other option is just throw the shield and hope and time it.
It's up to you guys.
All right. I'm gonna roll, and that's gonna help.
Okay. Ranier, what are you doing?
Honestly, I'm trying to think of maybe the only thing he could do is just get a hit in to see if it would allow, like, it would maybe drop just a bit, so that like it could just give any aid to grabbing onto it.
Does hope and fear play into this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna play in. Whatever there's more of.
Okay. So
I'm no, go on.
Sorry, good.
No, you go first. You were talking.
I'm adding fear to that pool. Sorry. But I got
okay.
yeah. But I got on my roll with my experience. I got exactly 20. So 20. I add 20 to the pool.
It's really good.
Okay. So 20 with 1 fear.
Okay. I'm changing. I mean, basically, I know my character knows he can make that distance. He is just trying to get over there as quick as possible to put his shield over everyone. So with that, would you say that my experience as defender would play in?
Yep, as long as you can spend the hope for it.
Yeah, so I can absolutely. It's 2 hope or spend 1 hope to do that. I'm going to use adaptability to mark a stress to re-roll. That's 12, 13, 14 plus with the experience. Rolling
14.
with fear. 14 rolling with fear.
Okay, we're at 34 and 2 fear.
I rolled a 11 with hope.
I'm going to add another 15 for Seaborn.
You're going to add another 1. Okay, so that's 1 hope, 2 fear, 46.
I did get a 12. It was with fear.
Fuck.
Okay, so we met the DC at 58, but it was with fear. So what you see happen is, Ranier, what kind of attack did you shoot off?
It would be like, with my book in my hands, I realize what's happening, and I just quickly have to go back to my greatstaff, and I'm just shooting off likely just another beam of light, just the first thing that I can think of.
Okay. So, this beam of light streaks toward Kaziak. You see it impact him on the side. You see, as it impacts him, you hear a gunshot go off. Cyrus is able to get up, and what he feels like is modify the trajectory of this bullet. Cad, you are able to get barely right in front of both of them, so it is you, then Marin, then the woman and her daughter.
Okay.
As this shot goes off, it goes down, ricochets off of a stone on the ground, past your shield, and bounces back up and hits the woman and Marin in the side. It is not a mortal wound, but it does hit you both. So I'm going to roll 2d6. That's how much damage each of you are going to take. That is 7 to both of you. You could use an armor slot if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm going to use an armor slot. No, I'm not going to use an armor slot because I don't feel like this is the end, so I'm just going to take the 2.
Okay. So, the woman is hit. She's hit in the side. It's... The girl is fine. The woman is fine. They're not dead. It's likely a flesh wound, but this woman is wounded, and if she's not gotten out of here fast, she will eventually die. But you saved her life. You did save her life.
Woof.
As this happens, you watch as Kaziak is pulled to the ground by Cyrus. You watch this almost blackish red smoke get pulled out of Kaziak and absorbed into the goat across the field. As that happens, Kaziak's body goes limp. And the goat, the next time you blink, the goat is gone. Okay. In this immediate, how would you like to tend to this woman?
I have, I'd like to use Mending Touch, which would let me channel healing magic and close the wounds. And I would just be running up, grabbing on to exactly where the wound is, holding on to it, and just going, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Just really stressed, but doing what he can to help, considering he feels like this is his fault.
Okay. I'm going to say you're successful in that. You heal her. She's okay. She's still... I don't think you fully healed it. She still has a bit of internal damage. She's not dying, but she's slowed down a significant amount. So, you now know that the last obstacle you have to get through in this direct path to the northwest gate, as you see the blood start pulling in from the side alleys that are near the military training camp, is Town Hall. Would you guys like to continue on?
I'm gonna kill that.
No, I'm good there.
Like,
Yeah, you
this
just wanna
is
chill-
where
you wanna
it
chill
ends.
out?
I'm done.
How close are we to the water at this point? Are we moving away from it, or have we gotten closer to it?
You've been moving steadily away from the water. You originally started by the water, and you've been moving steadily away. I am going to say that with how strenuous all that was, everyone's going to incur 1 point of stress.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
I meant 3 again.
I was waiting for that one. I
Not
was like,
doing
yeah.
good on my stress.
I'm sitting at 4.
Oh my.
I'm at 1 because I cleared it earlier.
So, with the stress, with the anger, with knowing we have 1 spot left before we reach the gate, he's gonna walk past Kaziak. He's gonna he's gonna pull the spear out of Garand, drive it into Kaziak. He's not gonna come back again, and just walk towards the town hall.
I think before we're able to make too much distance, I just try to get everyone under the understanding. Like, I have this book, okay? I have this book. And the goat, it's a vessel. Someone brought something here. I don't know what, but it's really bad. But if we can do something about that goat, I just think this might get better.
There's nothing to get better. We leave, we get out of here, and we hope that Revelin can clean up whatever all this was.
You don't know that.
I point to Girin, like, do you think that if we magically kill the goat, he's going to turn back into a man, go back to forging?
Did you think he could turn that way to begin with? Maybe something could change this.
I was gonna say, as a Ravellan native, like, do I know that was like possible that like he could turn into that beforehand? Like,
You've never seen anything like this.
Okay, gotcha.
You've seen blood magic, never anything to this degree.
This is beyond anything I've ever seen. And I can say there you don't save something this far gone. You wipe it out and you make the world better for wiping it out.
It's all we can do.
You start to see the blood move into the courtyard.
I look at the mother. Like, can they walk?
Yeah, they're rattled. They're like super rattled. But you see the mother. The daughter's crying. The daughter's completely distraught. You see the mother, since Marin, you're right above her, since you were shielding her. You see her just look up and she grabs onto your shirt and she just all she can utter is just, please.
Yeah, I will help. I'll help her up, and I'll then kneel down to the little girl, and I'll put my hands on her shoulders, and I'll be like, hey, it's okay, it's okay. Where's the little doll that your mother gave you?
You see, she has been holding it to her chest the whole time. She just, like, with a shaky hand, she shows it to you.
You keep hold of that and you do not let go, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody does, okay?
Yeah. It's really hard for her to talk right now. She just kind of nods her head through sobs.
Okay. And you see that man there with the big shield? His name's Cad. And if you ever get scared or everything gets big again, you just hide behind the shield, okay?
I think as you say that, she gets up, still holding her mother's hand, still holding the doll to her chest, and the mother grabs the back of, like when you're moving through a crowd to like hang on to each other, the mother grabs the back of Cad's shirt and won't move forward until Cad moves.
Okay.
Would you say the rifle is like usable? From like is it able to like rip it off and use it?
I would say if you want to make a finesse check to see if you can cut it out of what's left of him, you can try.
I will, and I only have one hope left. I'm not going to use that for the experience, but like just to see.
Cat's gonna angle the mom and daughter away from that.
That
So
is
they can't
a solid 6 with hope at least.
No, that'll do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this thing is so just gummed up with blood and skin and all kinds of stuff that this thing, I even if you could get it out, you probably don't even want to use it.
Okay.
Well, I say we get them to the town hall. The gate's right on the other side. We take care of whatever's happening there and have them run towards the gate.
Okay. You guys proceed forward.
Yeah, I look back and I give the mom and the kid a smile before we leave on.
The mother ekes out the fakest smile you could imagine, but she does.
Yeah, his isn't very real either, but he's trying.
As you guys move forward, you have to move a fair distance to get to town hall. The blood is absolutely pushing you through side streets and alleys and wherever it has to get you to be to town hall. And town hall is right near the northwest gate. Town hall was built after the walls went up, specifically at the northwest gate, which is the land entrance. So anybody entering or exiting has to go through town hall to get there. And as you approach, the area around Town Hall is one of the nicest areas in Gillet. It's a stark difference because it was built by the government. It's a stark difference from the rest of the town of wood cabins and thatched roofs and things like that. There's large cobblestone courtyard in front of it. The building is extremely lavish and very out of place. It's almost like what a church in a metropolis looks like. It's just strange to look at. And you see, sitting on the steps of Town Hall, you see the goat. And in the goat's mouth, it is holding a keyring. And you know that this is the keyring that is necessary to leave the town.
Can I shoot
You're
the
all
goat?
probably out.
So one of the two things I got to take as a guardian was either a totem from my mentor or a secret key. And I chose a secret key. Would that be helpful in this moment?
I'm gonna.
I was like, "There's no way a secret key comes into play in this," but
for the sake of my one shot, I'm gonna say that the key does not open the gate.
all right. Well, then I'm taking a totem.
Take a totem.
I'm gonna take a totem from my mentor then. Take this
and
key. Try.
It's better than my
You
small
see-
harmless animal or talking skull. So
As you start getting a little bit closer and closer to Town Hall, you see the front doors of Town Hall open. And nothing's behind opening the doors. You see this small, out of the two large ornate wooden double doors, you all can just barely make out what looks like a moving circular shadow on the ground move down the steps and appear about 20 feet in front of the goat. So from where you are, 20 feet away is this shadow. The goat's about another 10 feet back, and the gate is another 10 feet back. And this is like a hefty gate. It's like a town gate. Like it's not something you could just barrel through. It's a very hefty gate. And you see from the shadow, it almost looks like it turns to liquid for a moment. And from it, in a vertical motion, rises, unmistakably because of the outfit it's wearing, the mayor of Gillet, Gabriel. You only can tell that it's him because of his outfit. Because his face is just this blank skin. Like, he has no more human features. It's just this completely stark, blank, featureless face. And this is so different because what has been so gory and so visceral blood-wise, everything here is so clean. Even the adversary in front of you is so clean. And you see he reaches down and draws out a rapier and then holds a guard as if challenging all of you to get past him. And he waits there. And the goat still sits on the steps with the keyring in its mouth.
I think I'd want to just say, like, it's under his control. It's another distraction. He can't keep doing this.
I can take on the creature if you take the mom and the girl, take care of the goat, and get through the gate. We don't have to beat him. We just have to get through the gate. Change the rules.
We can't just leave you.
I'll be right behind.
But everything we did, we can't lose anymore.
We're not going to. We don't, like I said, we don't have to win. We just got to get through the gate. He looks down and it's like he hasn't been hit yet. I haven't taken it. It's like I can hold my own for long enough. Because you're right. If we get through the goat, we get the key, we get out.
Ranier is just extremely disheveled. He doesn't want to go through with this by any means, but he's so stressed out. He's been hit. He just resigns himself.
I feel like Cyrus just kind of like steps forward, weapons ready, no words, ready to just like hack and shoot and stab something.
Cyrus, as you step forward, the mayor kind of lowers his stance and tightens up.
I kind of want to do just the Indiana Jones thing and just like pull out the gun while he has the sword.
Get the goat. Get the goat. See, I think. Oh, go on, please.
Thanks. I think Marin would turn to Ranier, who she arguably has, I think, the closest relationship with out of this group. She would just turn to them and say, I know that this is hard, Ranier. And I know this is not what any of us wants. But just think about your mother. Think about what she would want for you. Look at how fiercely this mother is protecting her child. If we don't force our way through, then what was the point of any of this?
I think hearing this, it would maybe bring him a little bit out of this trance of just following what Cad said. And it would bring his head up and he would start studying the goat. Not just looking for a way to force through this encounter, but really thinking about how to outsmart this demon, this otherworldly creature.
Do you want to make another knowledge check to see if you could deduce that?
Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity.
This one's going to be tough. This one's going to be higher than the last one, since it's really starting to push your limits of what humans can understand.
That is going to be a 22.
I had it at 24.
Oh.
I was going, you had to really get it.
It is with hope? 22 with hope?
Oh, can I spend? I was like, you might be better at this, but I was offer the help action or spend a hope to give him a d6.
Yeah, I mean, how much hope do you have?
I have 4.
Okay, you do that, and I'll save my 3 for potentially using it later.
So yeah, seeing that, like, sorry, I gotta remember everyone's name. Seeing Ranier start looking at the goat, and watching Cyrus step up to Gabrielle, Kat is gonna focus his attention on the goat and kind of like point out 1 or 2 things that he sees to help in this situation to give that d6.
Okay.
And that would add a 3. Brings
Oh,
to
thank
25.
Okay. All right, you got it. You got it. I think just because of what you've understood about what is happening here, you have noticed that across this, and you noticed it last, where the goat made one last ditch effort to do something to you all, and it pulled what power it was using to animate Kaziak. You can tell that this thing's power, while it is extreme, is finite. It is not completely all powerful. It is feeding off something, and it is giving that power back to animate these creatures.
Okay.
That's what I'll give you.
I think with this, And right now it's just the two of them, Gabriel and the goat.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of understand. It's not just splitting up. What we have to do is get everything we can and throw it at them at the same time. If we overwhelm them, there's something we can do.
You guys can work that out if you'd like. If you guys would like to do a very coordinated effect at the beginning of this combat before it even starts, we'll all act at the same time, but so will they.
Well, I can run in with the shield. If you hide behind the shield, that gives you cover. Hit them with the shield, which should open them up to then your attacks.
If we just try to go for the goat, it's going to move, it's going to teleport, or Gabriel's going to attack. If we fight them both, if two of us strike Gabriel with all we have, one of us tries to fire at the goat where it is now, maybe someone else can get it when it moves.
Split its attention. Try to we have to overwhelm its senses, you're saying.
I think that's the only way.
I guess I have Gabrielle.
This is really pushing the limits as to what we're allowed to do within the system, but listening to Ranier say that, and obviously the goat kind of teleporting and stuff, and would I be able to draw on my experience as a witch, as the user of the arcane and the occult, to potentially work out where, if the goat would potentially pop back up, like where in the area would be like the most advantageous area for it to teleport within its like magical means, if that makes sense?
I would say that if you want to do that, then on your turn, like whenever you take your action, if you want to take everything you can do on that turn to focus on whatever demonic essence is coming out of this goat, if you want to focus everything on that, it will be a roll, but if you succeed, you will be able to predict likely where it will move. But you'd have to succeed, and it would be your whole action to try to figure out where it's going to go. And somebody else would have to be waiting in the wings to react to that.
Okay. Cad, can you charge the goat?
I can charge the goat.
While both of them are being attacked, Marin, if you can tell me where it'll be, I will take my Luger and shoot as true as I can. I'm trusting you.
And I think Marin would like cup your face, Ranier, and look at you and just be like, your mother would be so proud of you right now. And then go into that focus.
Okay.
All right. I will allow all of you to act at the same time to initiate this. Gabriel's waiting for you to come to him, so...
Where are we putting...
I'm going in with the attack.
Where I think I asked the mom and kid to stay with Marin.
Yeah,
as I
that's
run
fine.
forward. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
So I was gonna use spend hope to use experience, and first off, to start off with how bad it is, I got a 1 and a 5 on the die. Actually, no, a 1 and a 3 on the die, so not good. So I want to use adaptability to re-roll because I just have to mark a stress, and it uses my experience.
Okay.
So that's another stress because that is a really bad roll.
Yeah, I did. I'm currently in unstoppable, which I have my unstoppable die now, which just really helps with damaging stuff. But I reduce the severity of physical damage by 1 threshold until it's done.
Okay. That is better. That is a 22. With With hope. 22 with hope.
Am I adding anything to this?
You're just charging the goat.
Mm-hmm.
What are you attempting to do when you get there?
Mostly trying to like stop its vision or like block its vision, kind of get fully in its face and create stress for it.
Okay, I would say you can add, or I would say you're sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
You're sprinting as fast as you can, so it's going to be your agility modifier.
Yeah, I was worried you were going to say that. 10.
10? Okay.
Yeah, 11 minus 1 with fear.
Cyrus, you got a 22.
Yep.
What are you attempting to do?
Just attack Gabrielle.
You're going to attack Gabrielle?
Yep.
Okay. All right. This is all still going to happen, so Marin, are you spending your turn to try to discern where the goat's going to go?
Yeah, I am. What would you like me to roll in that? My spellcasting is knowledge, if that helps.
I think it is. I feel like it's going to be instinct. Because you are relying on the instincts that you have to try to the instincts that you have gained from this scenario to figure out where it's going to be.
That's okay. I'm gonna use the Witch in the Woods experience of like channeling the knowledge of magic and whatnot. Okay. 20 with hope.
That was what you needed. So I am going to say that if the goat teleports, you will know where it will go.
Okay.
If it teleports, you'll know where it will go. And Ranier, you are waiting to shoot it if it teleports, correct?
I'm not sure if it will. Would I be able to point my gun directly at it now and hold my fire, but finger on the trigger?
Yeah, so here's what I'm going to say is going to happen, because I'll allow you to do that. How it's going to happen is because Cad is not going to be able to get to this goat. Yeah. With the failure with fear, Cad is not going to get to this goat. I will say that when you witness Cad not get to it, you'll be able to take a shot.
Okay.
So we'll work through this step by step. So, Cyrus, we're going to start with you. You are going to hit Gabrielle. So roll your damage on your hit on Gabrielle.
I feel like there's going to be a caveat to damaging this guy. That's a 1, so I can re-roll that damage. That is 7, so 11 damage.
Okay. So, Gabriel takes 11 damage. He is going to spend a fear to use Shadow Expulsion. He can do this once this fight. Once. Behind each of you, as you're now facing the moon and you have shadows being cast, each of your shadows animate and attempt to attack you from behind. So I'm going to just roll 2d12, and that's going to be the attack against all of you.
Okay.
That was cocked. So that is a 13.
To hit or damage?
To hit.
Card.
To hit.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
no, because he's in melee range, never mind. See if I can finally use this skill. Yeah, no, that's gonna hit.
Okay. So that's going to be damage. That is 8. 8 damage to each of you.
I don't
Cad.
take any of it.
Okay. Cad, as this happens, as you're charging the goat,
Mm-hmm.
you have this, like, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up for a second. and your sprint is interrupted to you turning around and holding your shield as a shadow spear pierces from behind you and bounces off the shield. But this does halt your sprint, so you take no damage.
Perfect.
I am going to say, because you failed with fear, the impact of this knocks you on your back.
Valid.
Now, Ranier, you're able to see, you do take this damage, but you're able to see that Cad is not going to make it to the goat. Yes, what's up, Noah?
Just one thing. So with Unstoppable, I can't be restrained or vulnerable. So I think even on the ground, I'm still technically not vulnerable.
Okay, so you won't be vulnerable. It's just if you attempt to move again, it will be more strenuous because you'll have to get up off the ground.
Valid.
So Ranier, now that you see that this goat is not going to move from Cad, you have a chance to shoot it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go for the shot. I think in this situation, I'm gonna use a hope, and pull on my experience as a hunter. I think it would be a lot to say that might help me adjust when it moves, but it'll at least help with this.
You're looking for a 16.
That's only going to be 12.
Okay. You take the shot, and before the bullet lands, the goat teleports. Marin, you know where the goat's going to go. You know that it is going to go next to Gabriel. It's going to go, if you're looking at Gabriel, it's going to be about 15 feet to the left of Gabriel is where it's going to go. I will allow you to give one person advantage on their next attack against the goat for knowing that that's where it's going to be, so they have more time to prep for that.
Knowing that I think Cyrus is the closest at this point, I will give that to Cyrus. I think Marin will shout out and she'll be like, Cyrus, next to you! Then draw your attention.
Okay, yes. So Cyrus, as you're slashing across Gabriel, and as you slash across, he wears like a tailcoat tuxedo. As you slash across it and slash into him, the wound does not bleed, just this black essence like flows out of him. As you cleave into him, you're already able to look to your left and see where the goat is. It's now going to be Gabriel's turn.
How much fear do you have, Nick?
How much fear do I have? 7. So Gabriel now, I mean, these are basically the same entity. So the goat is going to have Gabriel attack Cyrus because it's right in front of him. It is going to be spending a fear, so it's going to be 2 attacks. So this is the first attack. That is, oh man, an 18.
Yeah.
Okay. That is 6 damage.
Okay. Oh man. It's just 1.
Second attack is a 16.
Yeah, that's my evasion.
And that is 7 damage.
I'm gonna give up an armor slot
I
to make.
should've won.
I'm gonna give up an armor slot to send that down to minor because that just meets my threshold. So I'm gonna lose 1 HP. But I'm not doing good, guys.
No, after the shadow attack, I'm at 1 health.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, this may be an unhappy ending.
Oh.
Okay, Cad, we're gonna come to you since you were the one who, since you were part of the initiation to this. We're gonna come to you.
Cad is so upset with himself right now that he was talked into not going after Gabriel. Is the shadow monster still there, or do those disappear on that turn?
It was just your shadows animated for one turn and attacked you, and that's it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. So, immediately he is going to try to get up and make his way to the goat, because as he said earlier on in this campaign, if it can bleed, it can die, and he just watched Gabriel not bleed.
Okay. The closest, so since you're using like extra energy and movement to get up, the closest way you can get to the goat is running past Gabriel.
Okay, I think that's still fine. With
so-
unstoppable, he will be unstoppable and is going to rush the goat.
Okay, so Gabriel's gonna get an attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah, he is.
So that I rolled really bad. I rolled really bad. I rolled a 6.
Oh, that is the first time I've evaded.
Okay, so yeah, you run past, you hold your shield up, the rapier grinds across the shield. You are able to get up to the goat, and the goat, it looks kind of exhausted. It looks kind of exhausted because it didn't expect you guys to go for it. It didn't expect you guys to immediately start attacking it. So it cannot teleport away. It cannot teleport away at this point.
Oh,
But if you are attempting to attack it, it is going to be a high DC.
Okay. Well, I have no choice. I have to try to attack it. I don't roll my unstoppable die. I think it's just a +1.
Okay.
I don't have advantage on this because that was given to Cyrus, correct?
No, only Cyrus has it. Only Cyrus has it. You were on the ground when it happened, so.
Yeah, damn it, that's a 6. What am I aiming for?
An 18.
An 18.
I was gonna.
So,
I was.
8.
I will
plus
spend.
6 is
I'll spend a hope to give him the advantage.
Well, I was like, I got it, because I got 8
Oh,
plus 6 is 14, plus 2 strength is... Oh, no, that's 16. I did not reach 18. So, yeah, I could use that
Yes.
to try to get 2 more.
I will spend the hope. Like, again, I got the information from Marin, and then I'm going to, I guess, pass along to you as I see you're going to make the attack. So, yeah, I'm going to spend a hope to give you the D6.
Perfect. Unless I will ask one question to maybe let you keep that hope. So, since one of my experiences is spearfishing, would that give me my +2 if I spend a hope?
I'll say, yeah, because the only reason I'm giving you this is because you're attacking downwards.
I know. It's his weird spearfishing ability. So I'll let you keep your hope, and then I will spend my own, so that way you can hold on to that if you need it. But I get it back because I rolled with hope. So yeah.
If you roll with hope and use a hope, you don't get hope.
I don't get the hope. I don't get it. So yeah, that gets me exactly to 18 with using spearfishing as my experience.
Okay. So roll your damage.
Well, joke's on you. I don't got great damage. Every damn time. 3.
Okay.
Oh,
So
4.
you bring this. Oh, okay. So you bring this spear down at the goat, and you see for this time, it's almost like you have this like just this, pessimism in your mind that like I'm basically swinging at nothing. Like I'm swinging at this goat, but I'm still like, it's just gonna leave.
Probably gonna move.
You swing at it, and you see that like this red mist-like shield appears in front of where the spear would have impacted. But you can see that when it does this, the goat falls like down on like 2 legs at the effort it took to do that.
Okay.
So you have weakened it for sure.
Does it take damage mechanically?
No.
Great. Then I'm still at 1 on my die.
Okay.
Okay. That's all I do.
Okay. We're gonna come to Cyrus now.
So he hit the goat, but it did not take damage.
Yeah, it looked like the goat used a significant amount of effort to not take damage.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
Noah.
it's like a feature. Okay, gotcha.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
I am a soldier.
I should have said that. I spent a fear for that.
Okay, gotcha. I was thinking like, oh, is this thing just immune? All right, cool. So as a soldier, stick to the plan, stick to what we're supposed to do. I am continuing to fight Gabriel.
Yes, no.
Would I get to say something during my turn?
Yeah, sure.
Then I would look at Cyrus and be like, switch me places. You hit harder.
Gotcha. I will gladly take on the goat then. All right, yeah. I will then switch my focus. Hearing that, I will switch my focus to the goat.
And if he's going to take an opportunity attack, I can use I am your shield to take it instead, to switch that place with him.
He is going to take an opportunity attack. Well, I mean, I'd say he used his reaction already. I'd say Gabriel used his reaction already.
Cool.
So, I mean, he can't like swing at both of you that fast, so.
All right. Well, then I am going for that goat. Okay, not terrible. 20, 21, 22. And then, so 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. You hit it.
I'm liking the warrior class. I'm like, oh, this is like barbarian and fighter mixed into one. And then that is a D10 plus 4. That's 10 damage altogether.
I will now spend 2 fear to... No, this is good. I'm spending 2 fear. The shield comes up again, but weaker. It still didn't take damage, but the shield came up again. I will say every time I have to use fear for that, I have to use more.
How much fear you got?
I have 2 fear.
Yeah, you do.
Do.
So that leads me to believe this goat has very low HP. It's just it's like a Sans boss fight type situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marin, we're gonna come to you.
I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing it getting weaker, and I'm gonna. Is there like a clear run now because Gabriel and the goat are distracted by Cyrus and Cad for the mother?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn to the mother and
you would
daughter,
have enough.
and I'm going to say, run to the gate, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to blighting strike the goat.
Okay.
If I can.
You're looking for an 18.
I am going to spend 3 hope to use my class feature, which is called Witch's Charm. So when you or an ally within far range. Wait. When me in far range. How does that work?
I mean, are you... I assume it's when you're trying to attack something.
Yeah, so it says when you or an ally within far range rolls a failure on an action roll, you can spend 3 hope to change it to a success with fear.
I guess it's just talking about the ally. Like the ally can be
you or...
Yeah, okay. I was like, how am I in far range? Yeah, okay. I'm going to do that. So it's a success with fear. Which gives you a fear, which may negate anything anyway. But
so roll your damage.
2.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, unluckily, because that gave me a fear, I will spend the last 3 fear that I have. I have no more fear, and I'm sure you guys know that it goes up by 1 every time. And you see the goat drop down to its side, and it's not even a full shield anymore, it's just a single pane of this red mist as the blighting strike hits it and dissolves it away.
Nick, how much fear you
Right?
have?
I have 0 fear.
Oh.
Finish this, Ranier. Finish this.
Ranier, you are up.
And with this, I would like to attempt to get... I would like to use Arcane Barrage. Once per rest, I can spend any number of hope and shoot projectiles at a target that strike a target within close range. So I'd like to get close, but not very close, just enough to hit this target. And I'll use any number of hope necessary. It doesn't seem like there's that I need to roll to hit. I just roll for damage.
Okay. Sounds like magic missile, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And
I will. What is the dice you're rolling for damage?
so for damage, I'm gonna say I'm gonna spend 3 of my 4 hope. That would be 3d6 of damage.
Okay. I'm gonna say you have to do 8 damage.
Okay.
A little more than half. Let's see.
9.
What does this look like? What does this look like?
Oh my god.
This is going to be, I mean, he's tattered, he's bloody, but not bleeding, but he's pretty done. Hair completely disheveled, just this short, straight hair that's just all over the place. Clothes in pieces. He has 1 health, and he has 4 out of 6 stress. So he is running up with everything he has, and he is just kind of reaching his arms out, and he says under his breath, "For mother." And he, from his hands, he is just letting everything that he has go.
And you do. The goat looks up with the last bit of its energy. It raises its head as its body is just obliterated. It becomes a stain on the wall behind it. As it happens, you see Gabriel. All that shadow-like essence dissipate, and you see his body crumple to the ground. You see this small, very small, like golf ball sized mote of red energy from where the goat was destroyed. You see it rise up slightly above the heads of all of you, and you hear it speak to you.
Thank you for playing my game. It was fun. Maybe I'll see you all again.
As it dissipates into the air. And just as it dissipates into the air, you see in front of you, right over the wall of the northwest gate, you see a small bit of orange light crest over the gate as dawn arrives. And you are free to take the key and to exit out of the gate. The woman and the daughter are fine. They lived. Likely 99% of the population of Gillet is dead, besides the 6 of you. But you are alive. You are alive. And for anyone who turns around, you are at an elevation to where you can see across to the other side of the Voran Strait to Revelin a large fire. It seems that as in this time, the war continued while you were all here. And it is still going strong, but it seems like the 2 greatest outposts for Revelin and Ormason have fallen. This could mark the end of the war, it may not. But you are all now free The first 6 people to truly leave Gelée in 10 years. You are free to do what you'd like.
Cad takes out his little totem, which he would have gotten from his parents, just something small that they whittled together, and would place it on or near the gate leading into Gelée.
I think Ranier, exhausted, he brings out his book. He doesn't open it, but he just looks at it, knowing that the only connection he really has at this point to his mother is the little bit that he's learned. And knows that there's definitely something in Gelée that he might long to see again. But the only thing that he really wants to do is keep learning. Maybe if anything like this ever happens again, he'll know what to do sooner. He'll stop it, anything. And all he really has now are the people around him. And he would look at Marin and go, where to?
I know a pretty cozy cabin in the forest that's been uninhabited for quite some time, if you fancy joining me there.
Sounds like a good spot to focus.
Very much so. And I think Marin's gonna just look out at the forests ahead of her and then look back at the ocean behind her and just shake her head and just say, nothing ever good came from the ocean, and just turn her back on it and would head as far away from the ocean as physically possible.
Cyrus sees his home, Revelin, in flames, and I feel like would start crying, but he's not sure whether it's from sadness or relief. The war's been going for so long, and it just felt like his home Revelin would never be touched by it, and now he sees it, and he thinks, I think it's time I went home.
And with that, the 4 of you leave Gelée, all to take your own paths for what you think is next as survivors.
Hi, so I am Jinx. You can find me most social media at Yuri Violence, and this is kind of my first step into anything like this. So as much as I'm not working on anything now, I would definitely really love to do more.
Hi, I'm Malik, as said, and I go by the Jedi Smark on pretty much everything. So every social media, I'm the Jedi Smark. I've been doing tabletop for a while. No projects coming up soon-ish, but hopefully stuff will start happening. I will be at PAX Unplugged, though, so say hi there.
Hello, I'm G, and you can find me on most socials at ttrp.gee. Yeah, I mean, I've got various different projects going on at the moment. Probably too many to list off right now, but yeah, if you find me on Instagram, you'll find what I'm up to over there.
Hi, I'm Noah. I am a DM for Minds Never Matter, which is under Hilarity Saves RPG, which you can find online at Hilarity Saves RPG. That's where all my tabletop projects will be. But if you want to follow me directly, I am at Noah J. Bryan on Instagram, and the current project I'm working on there is called Oathsworn, which is a short mini series that we are trying to get up and going that will be fantasy related. So hopefully you go check that out as well.
Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate it. Thank you to all the cast. Thank you for everybody for listening. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Ooh.